booze, and I love Molly's food.
I am the eyes and ears of this institution.
Mama don't like tattletales.
Who knows? In 1,000 years, even you may be worth something.
Little Hand says it's time to rock and roll.
Room for one more, honey.
Today we face the monsters that are at our door.
I think we live in overstimulated times.
Yay! I'm glad you weren't picking your nose or anything. Hi, Maddie.
Hi.
Ooh, we're gonna have fun. Dude, we haven't hung out in a while. Well, we hung out on the internet like for a couple hours the other day. But anyway, let's pretend it's fresh. All right, I will introduce myself. I'm Molly. I was an asshole in Hollywood for too many years, and now I live in the Midwest. That's basically it. And Matt, who the hell are you?
Bigger asshole than Molly. Lived in Hollywood for 6 years, and then now I've been in the slums of Philadelphia for 20 some odd years.
Dude, you only lived in Hollywood for 6 years?
I know, right? It seems like an eternity.
Shit. Then I was like your only friend.
Yeah. I only lived in that one apartment building.
Really?
Yeah.
The one I got kicked out of when like pigeons and flying cockroaches were in my place.
Yep.
I guess maybe that's where we start. We're so
That's what
college.
Do you have a picture of that place? I could probably find it.
Dude,
I've stayed there. I've stayed there, so I'm sure you saw what it became, right?
No.
Okay. For anybody who is familiar with Melrose and Hollywood, there, once you come off the 101 onto Melrose or whatever the street was, it's a big building. It's pretty memorable. It has like a fireplace, mantle store underneath, like on the ground floor.
Edmonds. Melrose and Wilton.
And it was where I lived. I lived in 2 different units in that place while I was there. And we could talk about when you moved in. That's kind of a funny story. I don't even know if you know about it.
I don't know. I just moved in.
I'm trying to find it. It's called the Historic Hollywood Hotel.
Okay. Well, you look for that. I'll explain why I moved in. I was living with my friend, the singer of a straight edge band called Strife, Rick Rodney. And he lost his edge and he started drinking and having these whores over, and there were like condoms in the carpet. It was a whole fucking mess. And we had told the lady that was our, the slumlord, that we were going to be married because that's like how cheap people get a 1-bedroom apartment for 2 people. So he lived in the living room, and luckily she was like Jabba the Hutt and couldn't walk up the stairs and had no idea like how we had set the apartment up. But at any rate, I get called down to her apartment and I get told that she's kicking us out. And because he had girls over all weekend, and then I had to act shocked, like I was devastated and the marriage was over. And I was like, oh my gosh, if this is on my credit. She's like, don't worry, I've got you. So I didn't get an eviction on my record, but I did have to move like toot sweet. So I moved in with this guy I was dating for like an hour and a half as he was like sending flowers to his ex-girlfriend and all this stuff. So oh my gosh, Matt, it's so stupid. So I was going to see my parents for like Thanksgiving, and I just gave my best friend Claudia my checkbook and said, "Find me an apartment, and when I get back, I trust you. Just here's my checkbook. Find me a place." And so I don't know how she found your building, but I go and I move in, and you were directly across the hallway from me. We were like up in the top corner of the building, and I kept like hearing the door open and close, but like you were kind of like too quick for me, even though the apartment was like 4 square feet. So then I finally got a glimpse of you, and I was like, holy shit, Marilyn Manson lives across the hallway from me. And so finally, I think I just like threw the door open and like said hi to you. But I was just like a shitty like punk rocker or something at that time.
So here's a better story. I can't vouch for any of the boyfriend shit. Claudia, I remember.
Yeah, I got a picture of her. I got a picture of her in our. I'll add it.
I have that. Oh, I don't have that picture of her. I have a picture of the three of us, and I think Boo.
Yeah, that was like a Christmas picture.
Yeah, we were like,
I gotta figure out. Okay, let me take off the background. But that was the gaudy lobby of that building. And I don't remember what it was before that, but I remember they did all this like faux marble bullshit, and it was a hot mess.
Yeah, Edmund was crazy. Anyone who Googles historic, I'm trying to like send this pictures in my phone, then I'm gonna text it to Molly and upload it or whatever, because I don't think I can put a picture up on my own here.
I think you can, but that's okay.
And it doesn't seem to want to like come to my phone. Maybe it went to spam or some shit. But so it's a cool looking building. And like it sucks because this picture has our fucking like our. Can I like chat you this? I don't know how to fucking do it. It has or we can point out our apartment.
Why are old people allowed to have technology?
Oh wait, no.
Where are you sending it?
I'm trying to bootleg it to myself and then to you.
Oh, okay.
That's how old people do this shit.
As you accidentally like posted on Facebook 400 times, right?
Yeah, right. I just booked us a room, I think. What the hell? So anyhow, I don't know, maybe it's the connection down here or some shit. But yeah, I can if I look over here, I can see our apartment is beautiful.
I did have a picture of me as a dominatrix, like climbing down the roof in a corset, and I didn't add it, but we took some stupid pictures like all over that fucking building.
That place was like, I loved that place. I really did. I ain't gonna lie. And it was one of those. I
have this picture from the roof that you took of me, just a little demure one.
I don't even remember doing that. It's so weird. Like I remember a lot of things, but I also don't remember a lot of things.
Oh, really?
Yeah, like I don't like not so much about Hollywood, but like high school airtime. I don't remember shit about being in high school. And
do you remember taking this picture of me in my bathtub? It sounds a lot more exciting than it's going to end up being.
Vaguely, but I don't think I took that. I don't think I took that, Molly. I think that was a legit photographer. I think it was that guy who, what the fuck is his name? He like photographed Marilyn Manson, and he kind of had that like, I don't speak French, but Pierre et Gillis type of like vibe to him, real colorful.
God damn, we're old.
I have no idea how I would find that photographer's name. He was real hot like at that time. I wish you could show this picture. Hey, Molly, do you have internet access over there? So you Google up historic Hollywood hotel. It's the picture that comes up. I'll tell my version of the story. For anyone in the chat, I don't know who's all in here. Matt, are you planning to make more New Grave issues? No. Anyhow, before like Molly and I were inseparable, I was fairly inseparable with Deborah, who later became in Diva Destruction. And Deborah played keyboards before Molly replaced her on keyboards when Diva Destruction went and toured Germany or some shit. And anyhow, I hear rustling across the hall. And this is how long ago it was. There were still vacant apartments in Hollywood. You could still rent a Hollywood apartment. I never paid, I don't think, ever more than $425 for my place. And while they were all just like studios, $425 was like a pretty good deal for like people who didn't have money and didn't really have shit. And
yeah, I think that place was like $350.
Originally, my initial one was my initial room was $3 something.
Is that the picture you're talking about?
No, there's one that has the corner of the building. It's like on their website.
Okay.
So anyhow, before moving to LA, I had dated this girl, Marie, and anyone who's like Fear Cult fans, they will know like songs about Marie. They kind of might know a little history of Marie or whatever. So I hear rustling across the hall, and typically it was a scuzzball apartment, right, Mo? Like, yeah, kind of a shithole. It wasn't like a shithole, but it had been a shithole that once Edmund bought the building, he did a lot to like fix it up. So it kind of still had lingering shithole qualities to it.
Do you remember the old naked man that used to like smoke in the hallway and put it out in a milk jug?
No, I remember that old lady though. It used to like she had lost her house or some shit in the Northridge earthquake, and she was like she would sit with her groceries down like in the lobby until someone came in. Yeah, there we go. See, that's our place right there.
Not that anybody can see my cursor, but the closest top apartment with that vaulted ceiling was me, and then Matt was
I had the fire
right escape of that with the fire escape.
So I could actually go out my window and sit on the fire escape and look down the street and see Paramount Studios and dream big, beautiful Hollywood dreams of fucking rock stardom or whatever, So like, I fucking love that place. And
yeah, but dude, remember when they just all of a sudden like boop 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 and like covered your entire fucking windows with a giant sign?
No.
The back of your place that overlooked the parking lot, they just like squeezed in some motherfucking sign that blocked all those windows.
I probably didn't care. Like, as long as I could see Paramount Studios, and like I think I could peek out the window and like see the Hollywood sign and stuff. So you like, there's just that energy that was in Hollywood at the time. So anyhow, I hear rustling across the way, and I'm like, what kind of shithead's gonna be like looking at me? I'm looking through the peephole like a creep, right? And Molly used to call me creepy neighbor all the time. And I used to I was looking through the peephole. It looked like this. Like, if you want to really get like that's what it was like. And it looked like my ex-girlfriend Marie. And I was like, holy shit, what the fuck? Molly looks a lot like my ex-girlfriend Marie. And I was like kind of taken away. I was like, holy shit, like that bitch looks like Marie. Whatever. I left out and went to go hang out with Deborah that night. And I remember telling Deborah, I was like, yeah, like some girl was checking out the apartment that looked exactly like Marie. And like Deborah's like, oh, do you think she's gonna move in? I'm like, nah, she's probably too cool for this fucking dump. You know what I'm saying? And then when Deborah and I came back to my place, you were on the floor with your door wide open, unpacking. And that's how we met.
Oh, okay.
And then I guess I took Deborah home again or some shit, came back, and you had slid a note under the door. And that might have been a day or two later or something, where you're like, hey, you want to go to Coven or some shit like this Sunday or whatever. So we all like hung out after that. That's how we met.
Really? Fuck,
Yeah. And I remember that because of the Marie situation. I was like, and even when like Marie would come to Hollywood, people were like, Molly? Did you ever meet Marie?
I don't think so, no.
I don't know either, but even like Shane was like, no, that's Molly. You know?
Don't even talk to me about Shane. Because I went on that terrible date with him.
Yeah, that's not my fault.
When I was still working at Retail Slut. And then he failed so badly at that date. And he brought a friend. He brought fucking Jeremy. And they made me sit in the back seat on a pile of trash. I had to pay for everybody. Then Jeremy asked to borrow money from me. And then both of them asked me if I would go buy them alcohol. And I was like, why don't you just like drop me off? And I was still driving that 74 Nova at the time. And like sometimes it would start, sometimes it wouldn't start.
Yeah, I remember that thing.
They were dropping me off. And I was like, hey, could you just like wait and make sure that like it starts okay? And like it was like Princess Leia with fucking R2D2 like putting the plans in. Like my key was like in the door and they were like, and they left. And I was like, motherfuckers. And then he called me later that night and he's like, hey, I dumped Jeremy off. You want to hang out? And I was like, I'm naked rubbing oil all over my body with a bottle of Southern Comfort. Maybe another time. Like, I don't even remember saying that to him, but he found me at a Chameleon show. No, I saw him at Retail Slut like a month or two afterwards. And I was like, Shane, he was dressed like a candy raver. And he had like big fucking like blobby, like wallet chain on and like neon and stuff. And I was like, Shane, he's like, what? He's like, no, that's my brother. I'm like, bullshit.
I ran into a Retail Slut one time like that too, where he waved out. I got like face blindness anyhow. So I don't really like recognize people that great anyway. And then if they're fucking not death rock and they're like raver, like you said, like with the fucking like mall stanchion.
Yeah.
Like,
all right, let's put some of these club pictures. All right. I think this one is from Coven 13.
Yeah, I would guess by the Coven 13 tag.
And actually, I haven't looked at these in a million years. And I was just looking at it today and I was like, oh my God, I have an origami crane in my fucking wig. That's so rad. With those creepy fucking fingernails. Why did I do that? My hand looks like a paw.
Well, you were probably, proud of them, so you're showing them off.
I was. There's so many pictures of me with the nails.
It sucks that we didn't have like real cameras and shit back then. Like,
no, you know what though? Like the thing that like is so awesome about you is that like you were never afraid to just like take pictures. Like we could be like drunk, our makeup is sweated off, whatever the case is, and we don't have the best outfit on, but like there was always like pictures being taken. And like, it seems weird at the time. And like, especially like, I've done some way cool things in my life that I have no pictures of. And I always tell people like today is like the youngest and cutest you're ever going to be for the rest of your fucking life. Like you might not feel your best today, but trust me, you're going to like looking at it fucking way later. So
I don't know. I think I pretty
but,
I think I'll look better in 10 years, honestly.
Why? What are you doing?
I'll just get older.
Oh, okay.
I'm like, like when you're a teenager and you're in that weird, like awkward stage. I feel like I was in my prime, like when I was like in my 20s, sort of. And then.
All right. I think this is Release the Bats.
I have no idea where that is.
I think it was Release the Bats.
You're like,
Well, you know what? I think. Oh, Liz, I want to play this fucking video. I drank, and I don't think you drank at the time. I
never drank. The most alcohol I've had in me was communion wine.
Oh, okay. So I have this stupid shit. I'm clearly drunk.
Nacho fries and jalapenos.
What kind of drink?
Coke Easy Ice.
No, a Veggie Works burrito with no sour cream.
No, we also take a
Veggie Works burrito with no sour cream, because it's sick.
Did you get that?
507 is total. Thank you.
She didn't think I was funny.
Oh no, some people have knows this humor. You ready? You don't feel about. I feel like getting like water out.
I don't know. I feel like waiting for another hour.
Like, it's so much work getting into it that it's just like I'd rather like when it's over I like to watch the video. That's what I enjoy more than anything.
Yeah.
Watching the video.
That's true. Yeah, watching the video is my favorite part.
We're definitely going to get into your band and all of the shows and shit in a minute. I should check on the comments though, because all kinds of people were saying hi and stuff. Are you monitoring YouTube or
who are you talking to?
You.
Me? I don't know. It's just a little. Where am I? What's going on? I'm just looking at this thing. It says comments here to the side. Death Rock and something Dark Wave Forever. Plan to make more new graves. No. I'm not completely opposed to doing a new grave. I was thinking at one point doing like a super thick one with that didn't sound good. With I don't know. Like old Monster magazines always had like these like annuals that were like, you know, extra packed full of crap. Just for something to do. But like no, that's a lot of work doing magazines, and I've, in my old age, have slowed down quite a bit. Someone messaged me, but you're still planning on opening that basement video store. You can kind of, I guess you can't see it right now. It's behind me. It's back there. It's kind of a mess. But yeah, it's on, I think there's some pictures on Instagram where I had it. Someone likes your old school photo, Molly. Molly is frozen. You frozen.
Oh yeah. I think when I go to look, when I went to look at the historic Hollywood shit, if I leave the StreamYard, it freezes. But I think I'm good now. Can everybody tell me if I'm good now? Red Bike asks if Matt can see the chat because you live in Philly. You might have known Red. Thanks for coming. And Rod wants to know if that was Taco Bell or Del Taco.
That was Del Taco, Hollywood and Highland.
Yep. I think it was like a CVS, like a little pocket CVS for a while after that.
That shit was the truth because it was a 24. There was like the Del Taco drive-through was 24 hours and the Jack in the Box drive-through on whatever and whatever. But like that Del Taco was the best.
Dude, it fucking was. I've had it recently. There's one in Detroit, and bro, it's not good.
No, we tried to go to one in Atlanta, Georgia. They closed or something. I don't know. We didn't go.
Oh, here's a picture from that stupid lobby that you took. That was a terrible wig of mine. I don't know why I ever wore that wig.
It's not a bad wig.
It looks a little Village of the Damned is all.
Is that a bad thing?
Is it a bad thing?
Natalie says, hi, Natalie.
Natalie from like Release the Bats, Natalie?
Yes.
Oh my God. Like the most beautiful girl in the entire freaking world.
Did you hear that, Natalie?
No, she didn't. She's not. She's only watching you, Matt.
No,
you're the draw. Wait. Oh, wait. Hold on. Wait a minute. Do it. Oh, how is Natalie not in this picture? She must have been taking this picture.
I don't know who was taking that picture.
It's got to have been Natalie.
Yeah, I don't know. I always liked that picture. Someone once commented that Jen Batts is like controlling us with her mind. Like eyes were closed.
Let's see. We've got a few other club pictures.
Let's just pack a bunch of death rockers on a couch and take a picture.
I know. I don't even remember whose house that was at.
It was at Dave and Jen's.
Oh, okay. I wasn't very death rock here, but it was Beat It. So
I don't even remember going to Beat It. So it probably, like, who knows?
Well, I think that was you. There weren't any.
It looks like me. I look confused though. Like, where am I?
And then I think this was like before a club. That
I remember that outfit.
Yeah.
I remember that outfit.
And then all the Blue Blood stuff.
Yeah, I'm so glad they were in the scene. Like, they put a book out, like a Death Rock California book.
Oh, really?
I never bought it. I want it. Chat, I want it. No, I never bought it. I never tried to like hit them up for it. They actually have like a quote of me on the back talking like, like I'm fucking some expert on some shit. But yeah, I like those pictures. I thought that was fun.
Yeah, I remember that outfit. It came with I got it at a thrift store, and it came with a stupid like bolero jacket, and so I turned it into a tiny purse and that bat bow for my wig, and that was a good time.
We nominated fucking Rat Bastard and Jeremy to be like prom king and queen. Like it was all like an inside job.
Dude, I was just telling a story, I think like last week about Rat Bastard and how on the dance floor of Release the Bats, he offered me the dark gift. And I was like, is that like herpes? Like, no, I'm good.
I don't want nothing from you, bro.
Oh, he went to prison. Did you know that?
I remember he had pierced up some underage girl or some shit.
That's exactly why.
Freaking out or whatever. But then like I saw him like on Facebook, like within my like lifetime outside of Hollywood, so he must have like not done all.
Okay, this is one last one, and this will get us into Fear Cult in a sort of way. Hi Helga says, did you guys ever cross paths with Roz or any of the 80s death rockers in LA? Matt, you wanna?
All of them, yeah.
Yeah.
Every single one of them. One of the very first people I met in Hollywood, as far as like goth rock kind of goes, was Patrick Mata when he was working at Retail Slut. So, and then, yeah, like of course you're moving to Hollywood, you're going to every fucking show. I grew up in Tucson, Arizona. Like when I saw Christian Death in Phoenix, it was pre-internet, pre-anything. We didn't know if we were going to get Roz or Valor. We just knew Christian Death was coming. You call the club, is it Roz or Valor? Like, what the fuck are you talking about? It'd be like, and then it was another fucking band on a bill, you know what I'm saying? And it was like Valor. So we're like, oh, God, But no, so as soon as I came out there, I made sure to check out like Roz shows. So absolutely. And people ask that. Like, I would say he was pretty accessible, but not the type of person I would want to hang out with. I don't know. Did you ever hang out with him?
Do you want to know my only Roz Williams story? It's a little dark.
That's why I'm like.
When Roz died, he was cremated, and his remains were to go to several people. And one of them was Joseph Brooks, who ran Cinematic, Club Fuck, like all the clubs.
He's on Instagram, but like.
Oh, Joseph is?
Yeah, he does jewelry and like bird watching or some shit.
Yeah, he's still doing that. That's cool. And so I worked clubs for Joseph Brooks, and I also worked for Jason Lavitt, who ran a lot of the other clubs like Beat It and Coven 13 and stuff. And I don't remember which one of them brought me a piece of Roz Williams, but they gave me a vial with Roz's ashes to give to the other one. So the only time I've ever met Roz Williams was part of him spent the night on my coffee table.
So when I first met Roz, he mistook me for Eric Cristias, I guess is his name, who had died right before Roz died, same of a heroin overdose. And so like Roz came up to me like mid, like, yeah, so, oh, hi, I'm Roz. So he started like talking to me and then realized I wasn't who he thought he was. And so that was the first time I met him. Like, yeah, he was like, I would say he was nice, he was accessible, but he you know, he does drugs, and when you don't like even drink alcohol, you're not really like super comfortable hanging around like heroin and shit. So
Yeah.
wasn't really my thing.
Yeah, I found out later, like so many people that we knew did drugs, and
they all did drugs.
I know, but what? Like nobody told me about it. I guess I would have been all 21 Jump Street about it anyway, but still.
It depends, like what parties you'd go to. Like, I'm not gonna put people on blast, but yeah, there was like, you know, you go to parties they're doing like, I remember people doing like lines of coke off a picture of like Shane or some shit. That would have been a cool like party, you know. But you're just like, all right, guys, I'm out, you know. But
okay, speaking of Shane, you have to tell the story from your perspective of what happened when we went to his birthday party with the German chocolate carrot cake.
You know, I was watching that video that you had posted.
Oh, did you?
I don't think I finished it, and I couldn't really. I was like, I wonder what party that was, because I was like racking my brain. Was it at like Shane's?
It was at Shane's, Shane and Veronica's, and I don't know whose birthday it was. I think it was Shane's, and Frank made the cake. It was terrible.
Like it totally like, and like typically something like that's going to spur the memory, and like I'm just like, I was dying. I was laughing so hard because it's absolutely some stupid ass shit we would have done, but I don't remember.
And Dave Grave kicked the fucking cake into the toilet. It was like, I got kids, I don't care. That was the most punk rock shit I've ever seen.
Does he have kids? I don't know.
That's what he said when he was in the bathroom. And then Shane like kicked a hole in the bathroom wall with his boot. You remember that?
Was it at his like Eagle? What house was it? Was it in Hollywood or was it Eagle Park or whatever the fuck that place is called?
Echo Park. Yeah,
Echo Park?
It might have been over there.
I helped him move into that. That was like a kind of cool little house, like that Echo Park place.
Rod says, I still don't understand who thought it was a good idea to mix carrots with chocolate. It's a two great taste. It tastes great together.
No, that's just sick.
Okay, so here's our last club picture, and that's going to get us into Fear Cult. So this was just a pre-club photo.
Oh, that's a cute picture.
Yeah, and April was so sweet. I wasn't really like super friends with her, but she was the girlfriend of TJ, who was your guitar player, right?
Yeah. I still talk, like I'll talk to April every now and then on like Instagram or whatever. I like her. She's a great mom and just a sweet, sweet person.
Yeah, she was so beautiful, but like it was so interesting because like so shy about it, you know, and you'd think like if I looked like that, I'd go to the grocery store fucking naked.
Yeah, she would do like dirty pictures and shit. Like, I don't know. Like, you know what I mean?
We'll get into that.
Yeah.
Okay, so let's get into the band then. So here's Fear Cult. So there have been so many iterations of Fear Cult. I think you have more members than fucking Megadeth.
I think I'm the problem. I've come to realize
you are the common denominator.
The person in the middle is probably the problem.
The only original member.
But then again, it's hard. Like, you know, it's hard to keep employees you don't pay.
We got paid in glory, I guess. As a matter of fact, I think I might have a video. Okay, here's an old picture of Fear Cult. This is you singing. And
Arizona.
So what I love about that was I was watching another one of your 5 billion former members, and she was talking about how when she met you, that basically you had come up to her and said, do you want to be in the band? Like, we have a photo shoot tomorrow or something. And it was all about like the pictures, which it like kind of was for us too. And I have some old pictures. I think these were all somehow in your apartment, and I don't know how we packed in there. Let's go through them while you talk about how the photography. And
like people. I mean, for me, like I like that picture. That was that mask you brought back from Tokyo.
Yep.
That jacket got all fucked up. My little friend Uyan ran it through the washer.
Oh shit.
That was a lip service jacket. No, for me, like anyone who's like a Fear Cult fan, you're gonna instantly recognize we're not like a typical type of band. So it's always about the art and the expression and the imagery and the photo and creating the mood and the fashion, the makeup. Like it really was like a whole, a whole sort of like package situation. I would have made movies and short movies and anything else I could have if I had like the resources to do it. It was just it just sort of fit into the quote unquote band box more than anything else. Like, so it's a lot of people are like, oh, you're a musician? Like, no, I'm like a fucking artist or something. I don't know what I am, but
all right, now these start when we started taking pictures at the apartment I moved into after the Melrose apartment, when I moved to the Koreatown ghetto. And we had, let's just see, these were so shitty, but I had like a backdrop and we tried to like take pictures. They were all garbage, but we thought we were fucking so rad.
It worked before, like, I don't know. That was like toward the end, man. Like shit just was like, I'm like looking at like, what am I doing?
I don't know what is going on there. And then we met that kid Alex at like Perversion or something. We're like, do you want to be in our band?
Like, yeah, I can't remember his name. He was like one hell of a bass player, and we never.
Oh, was he?
Yeah, he was good as shit, but we never really got to use him. Other than this, now he's looking down your dress. Like, what was going on with your blouse that we're all like staring at it? Like,
I don't know. But this is my favorite picture. Okay, wait, no, we have a serious one. We did take a serious one. Because we just had like, you could see the curtain as it was sliding in front of my like closet.
That shit gets cropped out. I've like Instagram shit like that too. I'm like, this is the picture, and this is like the rest of the picture where it's like duct taped to the wall and shit.
Right, dude. Remember we used to take all that shit to like the professional photographers so we could get that like border on all of it, and we paid like, way too much for those fucking photos to be developed.
The sloppy border, like it fucking sucks. Like, so we were so spoiled in Hollywood. I could go. I'm like sitting in that chair like a Sex and the City girl or something. Like,
I think you look rad there.
We were so spoiled. I could go anywhere. Like, there was 24-hour, 24/7 places I could go to buy high-speed film in Hollywood. So then moving to Philly.
Okay, this one's my favorite.
There was nothing like that.
Do you remember this?
I'm like, my neck hurts. No, dude. Like, but I love like laughing pictures, dude. Like,
you don't remember taking this picture? We were in my apartment and we were.
I remember. I vaguely remember
the badass, and we were like, you were like pushing the button on the camera with the tripod, and then running into the thing. And we were trying to act like so goth as the camera was like beep, beep, beep. Beep, 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 beep. We just fucking all lost it because we were trying to act so fucking rad.
I think part of the problem was, I think that kid Alex, like, he was in some other band too. I can't remember what the fuck they were called.
Was he? I don't remember how
we definitely like stole him from another band.
Oh, did we?
Yeah, we took him. But he didn't really have, like, he was like shy and uncomfortable, whereas like the other, me, you, and TJ or whatever, like, we didn't go fuck, take our picture, we put on, we do like our good angles and all that dumb shit. Whereas like he didn't know what to do with himself, and I think it just threw the whole thing off. What made you decide to move to Philly? That's in chat.
TJ wasn't shy. Here's a picture of TJ.
That's where the fuck is that? You're like at the back of like.
No, we played. Okay, hold on. I've got more from that one. I think this one we're laughing. We played a radio station.
Oh shit! You got pictures of that?
They're not good, but I do.
They're great. Like, I have that recording somewhere, and it's not bad. Remember, like, I had that Japanese pen pal Kako, and she's like,
Yeah, I still talk to Kako.
you still talk to her? You have
Yeah.
to tell her I said hi, because like
Okay.
I don't have any way of contacting her. I miss her so much. We used to trade so much shit, and
Dude,
I
remember
think about her a
when
lot.
like all those like Butterfingers?
Do we mail her Butterfingers?
Yeah. Oh no, Baby Ruth. She was obsessed with Baby Ruth.
I remember like I definitely traded candy with her because like Japan had the best fucking candy.
Dude.
And
Remember when you went to Costa Rica and you came back with that laxative chocolate and I fucking hated you? That shit was gross.
Like I remember you and I would go to like the Mitsubishi market and just dare each other to fucking try shit. There was that gum. Remember that gum you called like the devil's dick? And
you called it the devil's dick.
That shit was so fucking nasty.
We were sitting in my car. We were parked in front of Hollywood Toy and Costume on Whitney, I think it was, facing Hollywood Toy and Costume. And like the whole thing was like Matt and I used to go to all these like ethnic grocery stores and play like candy roulette where we would buy shit and you want to make sure that you have no idea what it tastes like. And so you would grab one and put it in your mouth and you could not broadcast to the other person if it was good or not. And it was sort of like this like poker game, but like with candy. And so I put that one. So we pulled this one out and it was just like a little red packet and it looked like big red gum or something.
Yeah, it looked like
and
total
it had
like
these
pyramid
like,
gum.
slices and the little slices were covered in like sugar dust or whatever. And it looked like little mini fruit rolls or something with like sugar dust on it. And it just had kanji on it. And so I popped that shit in my mouth. And like, my brain was fucking on fire.
Did I trick you or anything with that? Because like I would get that gum and like trick people. You want a piece of gum?
Yes, we bought it again after this. I put it in my mouth and like everything in me wants to throw up out the window, but I have to get you to fucking try it. And you're looking at me like, is it good? And I'm like,
so bad.
I think it's like raspberry or something. Go ahead, try it. And you're like, oh, I don't know about that. And I'm like, fucking try it.
Unbelievable.
You finally throw a fucking piece in your mouth. And then both the car doors open. We're spitting all over the fucking street. And then it got real quiet in the car. And then you said, that must be what it's like to suck the devil's dick.
Dying, yo, that shit was so bad. I feel like we had packets and we offered it at the club. You want some gum?
We probably bought a lot of it afterwards.
And you know what? But I think we asked Taka, we're like, yo, this shit is horrible. And she's like, no, it's good.
Because, okay, I wish I had a picture of it, but I don't even know what it was called because it was just squiggles and I didn't read any Japanese at the time. But it was salted pickled plum paste with like more salt crystals on it.
And it was just so bad. The tip of your tongue, it was horrible.
It was so wrong.
So bad.
I mean, we had some off ones, but that was the devil's dick was the worst one ever.
There was for a hot second, one of the big candy companies made this shit called Coon, and it was so fucking good.
I love Coon.
We like Coon a lot, but I don't think they make it anymore.
I love Coon, and you know what I loved was Pudding Baby. You can find Choco Baby now, but you can't find Pudding Baby.
I wouldn't want Pudding Baby.
Pudding Baby was butterscotch, and it was fucking good.
Was it? There was something I used to get that like was like. It tasted like they burnt the sugar, like they cooked it a little too long.
Oh yeah, so that was like a bag of hard candy. It was black and it had red writing on it.
Yeah, there's a Mitsubishi market in New York City, or there was. I don't know anymore.
Yeah, there was one in West LA where I worked for a while, but we don't have any ethnicities in fucking Michigan, except, dude, never thought juggalos were real. Did you know they're real? They're fucking real. There's actually juggalos and Amish. Those are like the only two.
We got the Amish. We probably got the juggalos too. Like, clown.
All right. So I don't know. What did Deborah leave to go do Diva Destruction?
Yeah.
Okay.
And she was like, I'll do both or whatever. And like, nah,
Yeah, it didn't happen.
you can't
And
do
like,
both. Silly.
obviously, I didn't know shit all about music at
I
all.
I still have the little stickers you you had made, like these like little Velcro things on the keyboard with like the keyboard parts. They're still in the keyboard case. I was like,
Yeah.
the shit. I'm like, this is pretty good.
But even I would have to hear what they were playing to know how fast to put D, E, C, F, or whatever the hell I was doing. I remember Diva Destruction. I tried hitting on Deborah one night at some club. I was drunk and she was definitely not interested. Dang, I had a clip of Deborah, but I didn't upload it. But I think this is us backstage. Let me check this out.
I love being in a band. It's so fulfilling. I have to pee.
I noticed that there were some women, kind of fighting over you tonight.
Right.
What was the situation with
That was
that?
actually just one girl, but she was so big she appeared to be woman.
I'm videotaping right now. I'm in the process of an interview.
Yeah, I'm wiping sweat off my forehead. It's excitement. It's the kind of shit that the kids are gonna want to hang on to.
Man, is it really gonna be that washed?
Okay, I want to get to, I think the first show I played for you was at the Whiskey with London After Midnight.
Yep.
So let me pull up some of those pictures.
My dad took some of those. Like,
Yes, I think I have your dad's pictures.
Yep.
And now, do you remember who I had to call en route to this performance? Do you remember that I made that outfit?
You made like every outfit, didn't you?
Yeah, but this one, God, I don't have a picture of the back of it, but it was totally backless, so you could totally see everything to my butt crack. I don't have a picture of the back of it.
I don't think I know we like drew like the ankh on your back. Like, I don't know. Like somewhere maybe it was I have like video from that show because like the Whiskey you could pay the sound man and they'd like tape it.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
I don't know if I put that one up already.
I never posted it anywhere. It's just for Matt's little library of
Okay. So I made that outfit. It's totally backless. A collar held it on, and then it barely skimmed across my front, and then it barely covered my butt crack in the back. It was all totally backless. So if I bent over at all, which I have the fucking worst posture of anyone on earth, then it would like bag and come away from my fucking tits. So then I got the bright ass idea before we went to the Whiskey to take rubber cement and rubber cement it to my tits.
Oh shit.
And we were in your van driving to the Whiskey when I called Poison Control to ask them because my skin was fucking on fire.
This hurts. I do not remember that. I was focused on like getting there. Where am I going?
Oh my God.
Like shit.
And I had to tell them, I lied and I said a project fell and I like pushed it with my arm because I couldn't tell them that I like intentionally glued something to my fucking tits.
What they probably like get that all the time though.
I don't know that they got that one all the time. And so they were just like, wash it all off or something. And you were like, pour some milk down your fucking shirt. And I was like, where are we going to get milk at the fucking Whiskey, bro? And so I ended up having to just like suck it up and like, oh man, my skin was so red. But I thought like rubber cement, like kids fucking eat that shit, don't they?
Yeah,
like,
as kids, we used to put it on our hands and like make like boogers out of it and stuff. Like,
dude, that shit tried to kill me.
Yeah, I don't remember that at all. There was a lot going on that night though. Do you remember? Do you remember my parents were working the merch table?
No, not at all.
There's a picture of that's deep on my Instagram feed somewhere. It's a kind of a funny story because like my dad had seen my very first show, but my mom had been out of town or something. And they happened to be in Hollywood when we were doing that Whiskey show. And, they were like, oh, he probably doesn't want us there or whatever. I'm not going to ruffle feathers. I'm not going to say nothing type of shit. And I was like waiting for him to like ask or whatever. And I was like, are you guys like planning on coming to the show tonight? And they're like, well, we didn't know we were allowed to come and shit, you know? And I was like, well, you can come, but you have to wear black and you have to work the merch table. So we put them to work. I put them to work. I have a picture somewhere with like TJ talking to my mom and they're like selling shit. My dad totally lied. Like, you know, like the whiskey like tries to take a cut of everything.
No,
Like
I
merch.
remember that.
Like if you sell shit, they're like, well, how many t-shirts you sell? Well, we want our like money out of that. Like, yeah, they'll fucking. So my dad straight lied. He's just like, oh, we only made like $50 or whatever. And yeah, it was cool. My mom was like super proud of me that weekend and shit. It was funny. We were like at the grocery store. She's like, he's in a band and like.
Oh, I don't even remember. I don't even remember watching London After Midnight play because I think we were just like backstage at the time.
I remember very little of everything. One thing I do remember though is like, do you remember they had like the stage manager of the whiskey come out and he like hyped us? He's like, all right, guys. He's like, this is the legendary whiskey. You know what's going on this stage. This place will make or break an artist. And this is not like he's trying to like get you all like, I don't know. It was like,
I think my tits were burning too hard to listen.
It was kind of cool. It was kind of like funny at the same time, but yeah, I don't know. Like, that's why, you know, when I said that, like, I was watching the video, like, there's so much going on. You're like, you got to get dressed. You got to move shit. You got to fucking sell shit. You got to like perform. You got to fucking remember what you're even saying and shit. Like that. It's a lot. You don't even have people are talking to you. You don't know what the fuck's going on. And it's just better just once it's over and you can like, you know, chill and like watch something. And you're like, okay, that was fun. Now that I've totally forgot like the shitty aspect of it.
Oh, I didn't have to remember anything because it was all taped to your keyboard. So that's good. But then we played the El Rey Theater, and I don't know who we played with for the Carnival show, but I think the Carnival show was first, and so I got some pictures of that show.
No, it was our last show there. The first one was
that was the medical one.
The medical one where Boo was still, because he like didn't like doing the costumes and shit, and got all like upset. He's like, I don't want to fucking, you know.
Who didn't like the costumes?
Boo.
Oh.
He just wanted to play like standard fucking death rock or whatever. And like, you know, I was saying, like, my vision's more than just I'm not a band. Like, I'm more
but to be fair, like, he was a musician and I was an asshole. Like, I'll put on a costume and play a role, but I'm not a musician.
Honestly, like, well, in this picture, both John and TJ, I would say, were the talent in the music department. Like,
yeah, John Koviak and TJ.
You and I were just fucking.
I always said I was the hired tits of the band.
We're just having fun. That's a nice
picture. And then you took this picture of me.
Yeah, I remember doing those.
I
like,
took
you
these
have to
ones.
understand, like, you always had the best outfits in the clubs.
I think that's the only reason you asked me to be in your band. I mean, honestly, I wasn't a musician. That's for goddamn sure.
Well, that never stopped me, so fuck it. That's like the least of my concerns. The one also, so like Patrick Mata was one of the first people I met. Another early person I met was Tammy Down of Faster Pussycat.
Yeah, he worked at Retail Set also.
And he came up to me, and this is like early. I didn't know anybody, so I'm like going to the clubs by myself or whatever. And he just beelined it to me. He's like, yo, you want to drum in the Newly Deads? And that was like the band he was going at the time. And I was like, I fucking love to, but I can't play the drums. You know? But like he and I we were friends, you know, we were decent friends for a while there. And also someone who I met right away was Dave Navarro at a party in the hills. Like I had moved there with my friend Clayton. I don't know if you ever met Clayton.
I don't think so.
He and I moved at the same time to Hollywood, and his sister was an actress. And she was kind of notorious for having these parties at her house in the hills. And, you know, I was all excited because I'd heard about these parties where everyone was at, you know, and nobody was there. Like the girl from like Roseanne or some shit was there. And then like Dave Navarro was there. And I didn't know who Dave Navarro was. So I'm talking.
Who Jane's Addiction was?
Oh no, I absolutely knew who Jane's Addiction was. I didn't know who Dave Navarro was.
Oh,
Like other than Jane Says, I don't particularly care for Jane's Addiction.
what?
I like it's the thing with Jane. Like I love that they existed. I love that they're so Hollywood and part of Hollywood history. I love everything about them. I just they other than that, I could never. Just wasn't.
Oh my God. 3 Days is just like one of those fucking songs. And like Classic Girl, Summertime Rules, Mountain Song, 3, 4, like just so much sound.
I don't need that much.
I love Jane's Addiction.
No, I like Jane Says. Like the rest
one.
of the fucking basic bitches. You know what I mean? Like I absolutely love Jane Says. Like I fucking love it.
Not their
but
best.
the other stuff, and I mean, I don't know, whatever. He tried to get me in his band too, so I had 2 run-ins with Dave Navarro. So the one at the party, and the only reason we started talking, I was like dressed gothic and shit, and he kind of was too, and we were like at this like hipster party, and like so we ended up talking, and then do you remember that guy Michelangelo that was living in our building?
Yes.
He was
a drummer.
He was something. I think he's a guitar player. He was like in some band. He was legit somehow. I don't know.
Back off Jill lived below you, right?
Mm-hmm. I still talk to her a little bit on Instagram, Jessica.
I thought he was a drummer.
No, I'm pretty sure he's a guitar player.
I just remember hearing drums coming from his apartment.
It's possible.
Was he underneath me?
I don't know what his unit was. I would just see him in passing, but he was in a band with Dave Navarro, or he was Dave Navarro's like AA partner, something like they had some weird like connection where like Dave had come to our apartment and had like seen me in the parking lot or whatever. And it was just like, oh, that guy should be in my band or whatever, you know. And then, like I think Michelangelo was like, oh yeah, he's a musician. I'm like, yeah, I'm gonna play guitar for Dave Navarro. Get the fuck out of here. You know what I mean? Like, he's like the best like guitar player probably out there. And I'm like, yeah, I can learn that shit.
I don't know. I've been kicked out of every band I've ever been in. Just fucking do it and figure it out later.
Nah, I'm good.
Okay, I got more pictures. So this is the medical show. Let's see. Michelangelo, the metal guitar player. Maybe.
Yeah, probably. What band was he in?
Let's see if Red Bike knows. Okay, boo, this was the medical show.
If I hear the band, I'll definitely know who. If it's
how did my entire kitchen of glassware end up on the stage of the El Rey?
Because you were serious, man.
Wait, here's me in my kitchen. That's funny. With all my bullshit.
I took that picture. I remember that picture. Those outfits were cool. Like I put that little video snippet on YouTube Instagram last night. Of
I remember we got our things, our
trophy shop or whatever.
Yeah, you got us those, and I wanted mine to say Dr. Curiosity, and I think somebody was Dr. Acula.
Mine was I think Blackjack, because that anime with the little like black, he's a doctor in the anime. He's an unlicensed doctor.
Okay, now I want you to explain who these people are and how we met them.
I don't remember their names. We met them on like Yahoo clubs or whatever the fuck. Remember like the Yahoo groups or whatever that was called? We met them on that. The girl in the back, she actually made little dollies of us.
Yeah.
I still have them. They're very cool.
Yeah.
I've put them on Instagram before. I should probably like regram them. I don't know anything what happened to those,
her name
those 2 girls.
Chanel. And I remember we would send her like pieces from the wig, pieces from the costume, and then she would make the little dolls out of it. And then
it's like voodoo, and then like I had like neck pain after a while.
And then Linda in the front, and Linda and I were friends for a long time. But we had met them. Okay, so Red Bike is saying Michelangelo was in Nitro. Now he's in Manowar.
That sound Nitro kind of rings a bell. I think that
doesn't. ring a bell to me at all, but I'm not into metal. So
No, I think it was Nitro.
But we met those girls on Yahoo groups, and we said that we were having a contest for like roadies. And if you had a slutty nurse dress, that we would let you be our roadie for the night. And they were like, we'll do it. And we were like, cool. And we had roadies. Really
what was like, you know what I remember best about that fucking having those tools was we had like that backlit, like with the strobe lights. We had these like white sheets that had a strobe light behind them, and they were like squirting fucking chocolate syrup on it, and it was like gonna look like blood or whatever.
Dude, I do not remember that at all whatsoever.
So we had these girls spraying chocolate syrup on the sheets while the strobe light's going, so it's all like splatter or whatever. I would say 90% of that syrup ended up on the stage. So we completely fucked up that stage at the El Rey with like chocolate syrup. They were probably like, these assholes.
Yeah, but we headlined over a band called like SPF 1000.
Yeah, no, we were the fucking draw on that shit for sure. And that was the first one too. Yeah, then we did the carnival one. I don't know if we had an opening act on the medical one.
I don't know. It might have been like
one of them was the Gothic beauty pageant.
Yes, okay.
And then one we had an opening act.
Yeah, that makes sense.
But I don't remember which was which. But I do remember fucking up that stage and being like, uh-oh.
I don't remember that at all.
And same with like the foggy shit, like, because it would leave like residue that was like a bitch to clean up. And we're just like,
yeah, but I mean, I think there was pictures of us backstage. The backstage of the El Rey was a fucking shithole.
It was pretty nice, I thought.
What?
I didn't think it was that bad. I mean, like, the Key Club was worse, man. Like after you had went your way, like we were in like a fucking trailer, like a Winnebago or something behind the Key Club.
Because it's too small.
And there was like one little light bulb on the like mirror. It was fucking ridiculous.
Yeah, fuck. Well, then my friends Aliota and Sydney Lanix worked at Cleopatra Records. And then they were like, they wanted Sid brought Brian.
That's his name.
Pereira.
I'm trying to remember his fucking name. Your friend.
Sid?
Yeah. Do you still talk to him?
Sydney Lanix. I haven't talked to him in a long time. And we went to Jerry's Famous Deli, and they were like wearing sunglasses at like 10 o'clock at night, like all coked out. We were just like, hello.
Where did we go for like that dinner? Remember when like Brian, is that where we went for like the
Jerry's
like,
Famous Deli,
where he's like clearly like everything was hanging on by a string.
Dude, that was like kind of the last time we hung out. Actually, that was the last time we hung out.
It didn't go so good.
I don't know why. He had asked, he was like, oh, okay. And you were telling him about like, you have this many songs and you're ready to do this, that, and the other, whatever. And I'm just sitting there. I'm just the tits of the band, dude. Like, I don't know anything. I don't fucking play any instruments, whatever. And then he says, so Molly, do you sing? And I was like, oh my God, like, Matt, what do we do? What do we say? Like, I sing like Ethel Merman. What the fuck do we say? And then you motherfucker, you told him, of course she sings. We actually have a couple of songs where she's featured. And I was like, dude, I could fucking kill you at this table. What are you talking about?
We had to
be able to cash that check.
We had to get that deal.
What are you gonna do? I'm gonna Milli Vanilli it?
Yeah, we'll fucking fit in the studio. Like, you can sing well enough to. I can't fucking sing. Get the fuck out of here,
bro. No, there's no way I can sing like Ethel Merman. That's it.
That's better than fucking most people.
No, it's so. I don't even remember like what the talk was on the way home. Just that they wanted to sign us. And then Sid called me the next morning. He's like, hey, do you want to go for lunch? And I'm like, oh, I can't. We have band practice. He's like, oh, yeah, they have band practice, but you don't. And I'm like, what do you mean? And he's like, well, you were kicked out of the band. Yeah, they already sent us a fax of some girl's asshole. And I was like, wait, what? And I called you. And you were like, you should know what you did. And I'm like, what did I do? Like, honestly, Matt, it's 400 years fucking later. I still don't know what I did. I don't know if you thought that I wanted to sing in your band or like what the fuck happened. But all I know is I was so motherfucking bummed.
Well, here's what I have. Chat, here's how it really went down.
Dude, tell me, because I want to
know. Something was said between you and Cleopatra Records saying that the band wasn't ready. And that got back to me. And I called you.
Why would I have gone to fucking Jerry's Famous Deli and sat there with you for you?
It was after that. It was like a day or two after that. Like, I'm waiting for that contract to come over. And
no, the next day.
You had said something to them about like, oh, we're not really ready to, make a record or whatever. And like, I don't really want to put like bad shit out there, but like you were kind of playing like TJ and I against each other. And
I have no idea what you're talking about.
Chat, this is where things get awkward.
It's not awkward, dude. I fucking love you, and I know that like we could be apart a million years and we'll still be friends. So I'm not even worried about that. I never wanted to be in a band. I just wanted you to have your band, and I would have fucking stood there in a Humpty Dumpty costume while people fucking kicked me like for you.
Well, I have the costume.
It's probably not big enough now because I have turned into a fucking maggot. The days of the 20-inch corset are fucking gone.
The costumes. The camera. But there was like something was going on with you. So.
Well, I never wanted to be in a band, but I wouldn't have ever done anything to jeopardize it for you.
And
because it came as a shock to me that I was kicked out.
I had called you and I had given you an ultimatum.
You did?
Yeah, I called you and I was angry. And because I was hearing this shit and this stuff being said and Cleo and saying we weren't ready and all this. And I was furious. And I called you and like, if you still want to do this, fucking let me know by the end of the day. And I think I probably hung up on you at that point. Because I was like, you're like fucking up 10 years of my like, because you got to think like, for me, like Fearco wasn't just Hollywood. Like I had been doing demos since I was a teenager.
Dude,
so it's like, it's been like, it was like my baby. And then all of a sudden we're like, they're totally hustling Cleopatra. And you're trying to fucking.
Well, I would have never walked you into Cleopatra and used Sid and Allie to try to get you a record deal if I was going to try to like fuck you out of it. All I knew was that you had faxed a picture of some girl's asshole over to Cleopatra and they were like, I think they replaced you with a fetish model. And I was like, okay, well, why couldn't you just tell me that?
And no, there was conversation. So maybe there was like some misunderstanding, obviously, or something.
No. You literally said to me, you should know what you did. And you hung up on me. And I was just devastated. And then John was over, John Koviak, and you came over to get like your tripod and some stuff. And I was like,
you were being nasty.
only because you had all these pictures of me that we had taken over the years. I do want to talk about your photography because you're fucking awesome. And I used so many of your pictures for like my legitimate modeling portfolio at the time. And you wanted to keep all the pictures. And I'm like, I don't understand. Like he hates me so much, but he wants
I didn't hate you at all. I was pissed that you were like trying to break. Because like for me, it was like I felt like there was two things going on at that time. And you had like sort of become like kind of like control freaky a little bit with the band. I know you're going to deny this, obviously.
Well, yeah, because I never wanted to be in a fucking band.
Listen to me. This is Matt Sleuth show. You had changed. Put it this way, you had changed. Like something inside you changed, and it wasn't just with the band. Oddly enough, it was with your high school reunion.
I was in Phil's band then during the reunion.
Well, hold on. I had never once ever heard you mention anything about high school other than like, oh yeah, once in high school, this, that, and the other. And then this like high school reunion came, and both you and I were like the same age or damn near close. So like it was my high school reunion too, and I gave this many fucks. And all of a sudden, you like were really like all about this high school reunion, and I'm like,
no, because we weren't gonna have one.
Yeah, big fucking deal. I could care like I didn't care if I didn't have a high school reunion.
Oh,
and I was confused why you like gave a fuck about your high school reunion.
Because they were awful to me, and I wanted to see what happened to everybody. And like I was calling people, and I was like, "Hi, it's Molly Brunner. We went to school together," and they're like, "Satan." Yeah. Anyway, we're like almost 30 now, so
like you were into that, and it was I don't know, it was just bad because I never wanted to kick you out of the band. The only person I'd ever like formally fired was Boo.
What? Really? I didn't know that. Because Boo was a total musician. He
but he didn't want to like go with the vision. Like I said, for me it's art. He wanted to be in a death rock band. We were that, but we were more than that. Yeah. You like my favorite like lineup was me, you, and TJ. And I tell people that all the time. Like, I felt like when it was the three of us, we were, like, unstoppable. It didn't matter who the fuck was on bass or if we had a drummer or any of that shit. The three of us, because we sort of, like, had our own, like, role. Mm-hmm. You know what I mean? Like, I'm, like, doing behind-the-scenes shit, running the magazine, doing the graphic design, making the music and stuff. TJ was, like, a good musician. He and I worked well together, and he was such a whore. Like, he was out at the clubs every night, like flyering and whoring and whatever. So he was doing a good job doing that. And you got like this work ethic of like an immigrant or some shit. You fucking built like the sets like overnight. You know, you bring some cardboard boxes, and we come back, we have this fucking carnival set. That would have taken my depressed ass like a year. You know what I mean? So
I do remember like poking holes and sticking like little tiny lights into cardboard and just like, fuck it. We're just going to Velcro it on. Doesn't matter. It'll look good. But I did do like set dressing and shit for the movies and stuff long before I was with rock god Matt Reiser and Fear Cult.
So it sucked. Like when we started like not getting along, that was like horrible.
It's interesting to hear your perspective from it because like to me, I never wanted to be in a band. Like it was just like a favor to friends that needed somebody for a show, like Phil's band when they needed a bass player. I'd never played fucking bass before. And then I showed up for the show and the bass was upside down and they were like, and I'm like, it's too late. Just fucking let me just go. Like I learned all the songs. Just
right. I taught myself an upside down bass.
Didn't get asked back for that one either. And then the first Phil? No.
He's out there. He's like in Tennessee or some shit.
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay, never mind. Carry on.
I was very good friends with his ex, who
his ex was like a girl.
Yes, a girl.
I'm trying to think like who was he dating?
She was the most beautiful girl you've ever seen in your entire fucking life.
Remember that girl who died in this band, like over the like in the river and shit? Do you remember that band? Like they had like the show and like the car went in the river.
Oh, that was at Vampiricus?
Naga. Yeah, okay. I remember like you came out of there and there was like that fucking retarded turn.
Yeah.
With, like no signs, and if you like weren't paying attention, you're like in the fucking ocean.
Yeah, I do remember that.
That was awful. I don't really remember him dating anybody, honestly.
Yeah, he was with her. I don't know how long they were together, but there's just a lot of drama. A lot of drama with that one. But let's just say I definitely took her side over it, and I lost a lot of respect for Phil. But I don't talk to any of them anymore. But hey, as a matter of fact, I guess we should probably just like talk about TJ for one quick hot second, since we're talking about the whole Me Too movement.
I don't know, like chat enlighten us. Like, I don't know. There's internet rumors with TJ doing horrible things, so you could talk about it.
Yeah, well, I only know because my friend Louie from back at like the Helter Skelter days had texted me maybe a month ago and was like, "Oh my God, there's a picture of you and Matt on Reddit talking about like goth fashion or something." And I was like, "Oh my God, I totally remember that picture." And it made me like go through a whole rabbit hole. And I keep on planning to replying to it and throwing some of your old pictures on there. But then in the thread, somebody said like, "Oh, but you know, like blah blah blah, TJ," and like, "What about TJ?" And I'm like, "Wait, what's going on? What about TJ?" Like, I'm thinking like maybe he's dead, like something happened, and I guess allegedly, he was involved in some domestic violence with a girl, and she was very forthright about it, like posting injury pictures on the internet to try to like cancel him, and that was really shocking. Not that I knew TJ like so well, but like what I knew of him dating April was like they were going to be together until they were 1,000 years old. Like they
TJ
were just
will destroy anything once it's like going good. I feel like he's just self-destructive that way.
Well, that's really a bummer, but also like don't post your fucking dirty laundry on the internet to cancel your ex-boyfriend. Like that's like kind of not right.
She got the right to do what she wants, I guess. Like, I
No,
don't know.
it's true, but like I was a police officer for LAPD for over a decade after you and I stopped being friends, and I left there as a detective working major assault crimes, which is all the mostly domestic violence, but anything that could injure a human body up until the point of death. And so, you know, I saw a lot of this like Me Too movement be really like toxic against men, like good men that got caught up with some crazy girl. So I don't know the story. I just, you know, in what I knew of TJ, that really shocks me. I feel like there has to be more to the story. I don't know that girl at all. I don't know that he even dated her. I don't, you know, like there are like groupies that want to like say that they were connected to somebody.
From what I think it's probably spot on, unfortunately. Like the last time I was in Pueblo, Colorado, which is about an hour or so out of Colorado Springs where he was living, and I hit him up. I was like, "Yo, I'm going to be here for like 2 weeks. Do you want to meet up over the weekend?" And he was like, "Yeah, definitely. Oh my God, fuck yeah, dude, totally, whatever." He was down. I was all excited, you know, and then he fucking ghosted. That was kind of like, what the fuck, you know? Like, when am I gonna be in Colorado again? Like, you know what I mean? Like, dick. Like, what? You can't just be like, "Sorry, something came up, something, nothing," you know? And then like the last message I ever got from him, he's like, "Why are we not on tour right now?" And I'm just like, I don't know. I'm old. I'm lazy. Fucking and then like he kind of just like dead air, you know what I'm saying? So like I feel like all that kind of happened around that time.
Oh, well, he's going through shit.
Really, the very last time I saw him, my wife and I were, this was probably before we were married, we were just dating. We used to be in LA a lot. She's a fashion designer, and we were in LA, and I was like, you know what, next time we go, I want to stop by Fuvog, and I want to see if TJ's working. So we're walking down Melrose, you know, toward the shoe store, and Autumn actually sees this dude, and she's like, "Oh, that guy's real pretty and stylish," or whatever, you know. And then he runs up and hugs me, and it's fucking TJ, and we're like, "Oh my God," like, you know. So we were headed to seeing him. We're like, we were headed to come see you right now, and we ended up hanging out with him and his girlfriend at the time, and they had like this cute little like apartment in like Los Feliz. And he was real sweet, and he was like making good money, and she was making good money, and they were like this cute sort of like hipster couple, you know. And he's like, "Yeah, I just, you know, like spending time with her and this and that." He wasn't really working on music or anything. And he and I kept in touch a little bit, like texting after that or whatnot. And then all of a sudden, yeah, he disappears again. And then he's back in Colorado with like some other girl, you know what I mean? It's like, so what did he do to that girl? Like, it's just...
People break up all the time.
I know they do. And I feel like with him, it's just like when things start getting like too comfortable or too boring or too, like relationships, it gets stagnant to whatever degree or whatever. I think he just wants.
I'm still waiting for a second date, Matt. So you're talking to the wrong fucking person.
I'll tell you. So.
Remember when you tried to get me to go out with Sean Brennan?
No, I never tried to get you going.
Yes, you fucking did. Yes,
No
you fucking did.
That's a lie.
Yes, you fucking did. We were at Release the Bats.
She's lying again. She's lying again, Jeff.
You motherfucker. We were at Release the Bats.
He would never have gone to Release the Bats.
He was there. It was so weird. He was there. And you came up to me and you were like, hey, you should go talk to... Oh, no.
That's
you came up to me and you said, he wants to talk to you. And I was like, what are we in 3rd grade? Tell him to fucking bring his ass over here. And then he never came over.
That never happened. There's no way he went to Release the Bats.
He was there.
Natalie, are you still in the chat? Can you...
I'm pretty goddamn sure that it was at Release the Bats. Because I didn't really go...
It couldn't have been. Like, that's like literally...
It wasn't Vampiricus. It wasn't... It was one of the ones that we went down to like fucking Orange County for. And I thought it was Release the Bats. There's no way, she says. Bro, I'm not
there's no
crack.
fucking way. There's no way.
Never. You said he wants you to go talk to him. And I was like, we're good.
Yeah, Sean would never
go there. Damn, where were we?
Fuck if I know.
I know it was him.
And who knows? Maybe we were somewhere and he wanted to talk to you, but I guarantee you it wasn't fucking.
I wonder if it was the whiskey, because it was a place that like I didn't go all the time, and I didn't go. I thought that was John Koviak. Yeah, but John Koviak and I ended up talking.
Yeah, I don't even know where. Like,
and I remember saying like, "Tell him to bring his ass over here." No, I thought it was Sean Brennan, but yeah, obviously John and Sean would never be seen in the same room again, and I feel so bad for John because of all of his propaganda days, and like I'm on Facebook, I'm in all these like goth groups now, and they're always posting the like classic pictures of John, like, like draped over a fucking whatever. And it's like, God, if you only had, and they love him and they love his pictures and they love Subversion and they love all of that. And they remember him from his London After Midnight days and all that stuff that's like so hurtful to John. And people are like, oh yeah, I fucking love John Koviak. Like, if you had any idea how much John Koviak fucking despised those propaganda days and Fred Berger, and
do you remember when,
him?
Do you remember when like he was coming over to like play bass or learn the bass parts or whatever when we did that show, and I had like a London After Midnight shirt on or some shit, and you're like,
no,
you fucking asshole, I can't believe you, like, and he like I probably didn't get a rise out of him or some shit.
You don't even know if I really fully ever got that story about how the rivalry began. I just know it was like visceral for him. Like, do not talk about propaganda.
I try to steer clear from like talking like drama shit. Like I kind of know what went on, but and then like you were really mad at me. You're like, you're a fucking asshole, He's playing a bass for us, and you fucking wear that shirt when he came over. You're
hopefully you didn't know. If you did know, then you're a fucking dick.
No, I totally was a dick. There's no limit to my asshole. There's no limit to my assholery. That's why I became Catholic, to try to like better myself.
Oh, you're trying to like erase everything?
I'm trying to like be a better person.
You could do some like novenas or something. You don't have to like.
It doesn't work. It doesn't work.
Which prayer removes the London After Midnight shirt?
So the funny story. So the second time he came back, I made sure I had a Subversion shirt, and like nobody had a Subversion shirt.
Right. Yeah.
So the second time he came back, I had a Subversion shirt on, and he was like, wait, what? Oh, fuck, dude. So I was able to like smooth shit over.
I have a Subversion like mixtape or something, but it's like not like a release tape, but
I have like some of the stuff off like mp3.com. Like, he was talented.
Yeah, it's very good. Yeah, and he was so patient with us because like when he did your show, like as a favor to me, like, please, we don't have anybody. Like, we lost Boo. Like, we need you. And he was so nice about it. And we were just such fucking hacks to compare to like.
And like he got dressed up and like, he was over that shit. Yeah, no, he was definitely like a stand-up dude for that. I think Natalie's right. It was probably John. He was probably at Release the Bats. He probably said, "Oh, I want to talk to her," and I was like, "Go talk to him."
I don't remember, but I know there was a situation with Sean Brennan, and maybe it was at that whiskey show because I never met him. I never spoke to him ever before. I just know that you had come up to me and said that Sean wanted me to talk to him, and I was like,
it could have been like a dungeon or some shit because he would go to that club, like Hollywood clubs he would go to. But
yeah, I never talked to him before.
We were like going out like damn near.
He could have had all this
week and shit. Like who fucking knows? Like I don't know.
Yeah, my brushes with greatness.
We were out a lot.
Okay. Questions.
Yes.
You were kind of like really wholesome compared to the shitbags that we hung out with. In other words, like.
Yeah. Apart from me being an asshole.
It was always funny. That's why
I'm definitely like a church boy,
I just wonder if you ever got any tattoos because you and I were like the final holdouts.
None.
Me either.
And the funny thing is like I was one of 200 people at Kat Von D's wedding, which she's like the tattoo god of the world, really. I was probably the only my wife, she don't have tattoos either. So we were probably like the only two people there with like in that place with no tattoos.
Crazy, like how rare it is now.
And we're like we had Megan Massacre, like another major tattoo artist, do a photo shoot here at the house. Again, we're like tattoo-less.
Mm-hmm.
And then Ryan Ashley, who's on whatever tattoo shows are going on now, she's done stuff with Autumn's Fashion. Again, we're tattoo-less. And it's like, it's kind of funny too, because Kat's like blacking out her stuff because it's just like, I don't know, like it's everybody's got a fucking tattoo. And
yeah, I guess like, I don't know. I think about it like when I was in the hiring process for LAPD and they're doing like the deep background check to find out if you're a dirtbag. And they asked me, to list all of my bumper stickers and what they meant to me. And I was like, I don't have any bumper stickers.
Fucking nothing to me.
I don't have any bumper stickers. And the guy was kind of hassling me about it. Like, you don't have any bumper stickers? Like, no, I don't.
Bumper sticker.
I don't have any bumper stickers. Like, why don't you have any bumper stickers? Like, because I don't need the whole road to know what my fucking favorite band is, bro. Like, what do you mean? And I guess I feel the same way about tattoos. Like, I don't need you to know that I love little seahorses on my fucking ankle. Like, I just
I think for me, it was more of a like, I was poor. I think if I was in high school and I had access to a tattoo machine or something, it might have been a different story.
Like you would have done it yourself?
I probably would have gotten tattoos, but I had no fucking money.
Well, when I was 15 and I was just a dirtbag, like punk rocker, I wanted either like a really hardcore Jesus on the cross, just like pain in his face, just so fucked up, or a giant sinking battleship, like a World War like battleship.
That would have been a mistake.
I know, but now I think about it, it's like, do you remember like the back of the Mad magazine where you like fold it in and it becomes a different picture?
And it makes a picture.
What the fuck would that look like now?
It would look like a bruise. Do you have internal? What the fuck's going on with you? Like, I knew a girl once that had like a bunch of Giger tattoos or some shit. And she had like a baby and they got all like whacked out of shape or something.
Ooh, yeah, I don't know.
Yeah.
Like, if I had to get a tattoo, I would just be like plaid from head to toe and just like fuck it. But I don't know.
And this one, like the all black shit's pretty cool. I mean, but
it is.
I probably would have, if I had access or money or either of the two when I was like at 15 or 16, I think I probably would have gotten it. But once you get past that stage, you're like OCD kicks in. You're like, I'm not going to dirty up this virgin snow for like, you know what I mean? Like it was uncut cocaine shit.
And now, like at our fucking age, it's like, well, how am I gonna know if the liver spots are growing?
Yeah, right.
I
can see
Rod in the chat says that he never got any tattoos either. So Rod DeWeese he was a death rocker. He's older than us, and he lived in Riverside. And I just can't believe that we never like crossed paths with an artist. And like the two of you, I think would just have like totally gelled together.
Were you in a band, Rod?
He was. I don't know the name of it. Let's see if he answers. But he was a Riverside death rocker. He played drums. And I'm just like shocked that we never like met him at the clubs, because even though it's Hollywood, like the scene was so small, like we knew everyone.
You know what's funny? Like I remember being like living in Tucson, and
my
like
band was Sick X Grind.
Was it Gothic? Death Rock? Never heard of it.
SIKX Grind.
Sick X Grind. I remember in Tucson, being a teenager, watching that movie Lesson Zero, and how Robert Downey Jr. is going to like fucking all the LA clubs and shit. They're like, "Oh, have you seen Julian? Have you seen Julian?" They're like, "No." You know, and we're like, that's so fake. Like you could just roll into a fucking club, everyone's gonna suddenly know who fucking this Julian dude is. But it's like, then you move to Hollywood, you're like, yeah, that's totally possible. You know, like everybody, it's like the same fucking people, like in every club.
Yeah, it truly is. And even like working the door at all the clubs, I think like really took a lot of the shine off the clubs for me, because it's like every dude that walks in there, I already know like everybody he's tried to fucking be with. So like
seen him like bring them in and take them out and like whatever, go to the car with them and come back. Like,
right, we're good, sir.
Yeah, you're before my time, Rod.
Yeah, 86 to 92.
Like 97.
92, I was going to Maryland's and Helter.
I graduated high school in 92.
So did I. But I moved to...
But I didn't do my reunion.
Listen, dude, that's a whole fucking thing. She's 63. She just got her first tattoo. That's exciting. What did you get? Did you spell my name right? That's all I need to know. Yeah, I guess like that ship has kind of sailed for me. Like I don't know like what.
I love seeing Fear Cult tattoos. People got them. There's this one girl in Russia that had the one. Like I thought about getting it like right here, and some girl in Russia had like, it was perfect, and it was like I think her first tattoo, but now she has other ones, so it's not as perfect, but it was perfect.
Well, because you designed like before there was like so much in the way of like art logos and stuff. You designed what would you call it? A bonk?
That's what TJ called it. I call it the correct term. No, I call it the nightlife onk. And it was like because I had a song called Nightlife, and it represented like the Egyptian life symbol with the bat for nocturnal. And
right.
Like,
so an onk except it's got back wings
and shit, you know. So yeah, but I was using Photoshop when it was like I think Aldus was the company that owned it at the time, like Adobe. I don't know what the fuck they made, like mud houses or some shit. You know, like they didn't exist. It was some other company. So and my dad was a school teacher who, he was an Apple, what do they call it? ACOT, Apple Classroom of Tomorrow teacher. So he was always getting like cool shit from Apple. So we had like, you know, Photoshop and stuff when it was like, it could do like the sorriest phone app can do like better shit than like the original Photoshop. And when I was in art school, we were still like cutting shit on like what they call Rubylith, and like we weren't allowed to use the computers. There was 2 Power Macs at the school and you had to schedule a time to use them. It was a whole bunch of bullshit. You know what I mean? So I graduate with like no usable skills because I'm still like Stone Ages, and then like technology like moves so fast that it's like.
But that was what was so rad about New Grave magazine that you did, because you would see that it really like was like a patchwork with the tape, like literally in the picture, and like the image really was like a totally different kind of art because it was so kind of DIY, which sort of brought me back to my like old punk rock days where you would have fanzines and shit, but yours was all like high gloss and like came over shipped from fucking Thailand. Like a pallet would just show up at the apartment. Like
yeah. And that was kind of the goal, like to have like a modern version of like cut and paste type of shit. Cause like, yeah, I was doing that stuff too with like the flyers or whatever, but like, you know, we had technology, we could do better shit. And like, you can't beat printing in Thailand, you know, it was cheap. But yeah, that was fun. You know, we're like carrying those things up the fucking stairs. Fuck that.
Poser for Hope says that her tattoo is a heart with wings and my daughter's name, Maria. She passed in August. Oh, I'm so sorry about that. Yeah, that makes a lot of sense. I just like I see a lot of tattoos that like don't have that meaning behind them, and I don't know. Like what would a sinking battleship on my tits mean? Like I'm so glad I didn't do that.
What are you thinking? Like I remember I wanted to get like the Misfit, the Crimson Ghost skull, but like you gotta think like at the time it wasn't fucking everywhere.
It's everywhere now.
It sure is at Target. You know what I'm saying? Like they got Misfit shirts. It's like fucking my wife wanted to buy like a Misfits hoodie from H&M, and I was like, no fucking way are we buying a fucking Misfits hoodie at H&M.
Yeah, I see that shit on like Timo and stuff, and I'm like,
yeah, like this is so wrong.
But like they'll put like stuff, the Clash, whatever, like, oh my god. And it like makes me feel like that whole like name 3 songs. Like just fucking come on.
Name one fucking song.
But also like part of me just doesn't care. Like
I don't care at all.
Misfits were rad. That image is totally iconic. It's Crimson Ghost anyway. So like is it like, really the Misfits?
I don't care. Unless it's on my wife, like, you know what I'm saying? Because I don't want to be there when they're like, oh yeah, that dude who comes up and it's like, oh fucking Misfits, yeah, what are this and that? And she's like, reaching for her lifeline, man. Pull me out of this conversation. Like, nah, tell me your favorite song, babe. You know, I'll leave you two be. I'm gonna be over here. Talk your way out of this one. But,
yeah, but you still have a really like solid fan base of people that can't wait for you to do some shit. So what the fuck, bro? You were like the biggest fucking entrepreneur. Why are you sleeping on the job?
Well, that's the thing. As some of you might know, I'm highly medicated, so there's that. And, fucking despite my, jovial or whatever the word is.
Jovial,
like I'm not like a happy camper. So like I don't get a lot done in my old age. So it's hard. And for me, like my thing is like making little wax things
I'm so glad you removed your hand from the center of that, because you just fisting it like this. I had a different
little wax toys. What did you think it was? What did it look like?
Nothing at all, sir. Keep telling us about it.
So I do other shit. Like I get bored. Like I'm on to like prototyping out toys, and I bought equipment where I plan on making vinyl toys, and that's kind of like where the free time that I do have is like focused on that. For the last 20 years, it's been building this house.
Yeah, and your house is beautiful.
It's like I'm kind of at a point where now I just got to fix the shit that the squirrels fucked up, and like it's. You just bought a house, right? Like it never ends with houses, and especially old houses. So I don't have the time to do it really. And I have lyrics. I would like to do stuff. I have songs in my head. And I think, I was hoping to work with TJ again, but I don't see that really being the case under the circumstances. So, if I find somebody and it works out, then cool. I still got some time. It's like I'm not pretty anymore, so it's not like it'll be a different beast altogether.
Mm-hmm.
You know, I think people always want that like band. Oh, I want you to come back. You know, and they come back and they put out a shitty fucking album. And you're just like, you know, why'd you bother? Which, by the way, talking about a band coming back, have you heard Billy Idol's new shit?
No, I haven't. I don't think.
He's got this song, Dream Into It or something. It's so fucking good.
I'll write it down.
Yeah.
I was just I don't know when that the song Scream came out, but it was never like a hit. It's a fucking really good song.
He's over the years, he's like snuck some like I don't know. I always like kind of like Billy Idol for whatever fucking reason. And so I've sort of followed him, and then like he just put out like a new record. As a whole, it's but like there's some bangers, as the kids like to say, on that. And like Dream Into It or whatever it's called is fucking great. And they have a new instrument or like a dramatic, I don't know, orchestrated version of it because he has a movie coming out, like a documentary, and that version is super good. But yeah, most bands they come out with shit that sucks.
He lived in the Hollywood Hills when I worked at Retail Slut, and this girl that will remain nameless that I worked with was so fucking in love with him.
Well, he was
she finally got her chance, and
you don't want that.
She took a cab. She took a cab up to his house. May have polished his knob.
Oh God!
And he made her pay for the cab ride home.
Classy.
Mm-hmm. I definitely remember that.
Oh, Billy.
But oh my gosh, because Retail Slut, like we had some people that were working there, and I worked there when Pat Mata worked there, and at that time you could go in the back and put a hash mark on your time card and take $1 off your pay sheet for a beer that you could drink in the store.
Worked at Retail Slut.
Did she?
I don't think she was even 21 at the time. She was like, they were drinking on the job.
Pat Mata put $40 in beers on my fucking paycheck. I could have killed him. I'm still looking for Peter Thomas. I saw a picture of him the other day, and I was all nostalgic.
Patrick was on Billy Corgan's podcast.
Oh, really?
Yeah, that's fucking cool.
What was the name of the club that was? It was like Coconut Teaser for a while, but it was Sunset and Crescent Heights.
I only know it as a Coconut Teaser.
Yeah, I think it was something else after that. But I saw Community FK there, and with Allie, and he had gotten like a broken leg or something, and he was like hobbling on. He looked 1,000 years old. It was so just like, oh my God.
Yeah, I know the guy who was like skateboard he was skating on when he busted his leg.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
They were good.
No, like, yeah, he was always super cool, like, you know, nice guy and ahead of his time. And again, one of those, like, I don't know why they never became like more bigger than they were or whatever. I think sometimes it's just sabotage. This is my cat, Puddles. And
Hello.
She wants to be on the Molly Sleuth show.
Yeah, she wants to show you her asshole. Oh.
That's what they do.
Why?
I don't know.
Is it like a treat for you to see a cat's asshole?
I think it's like they trust you or something. I don't know.
I'm good. Move along, little asshole.
You got to get a cat. Look, now you guys can see her asshole.
Thank God I can't. Thank God your name was over that.
No, she's adorable.
Hi Helga says, who do you all think the most underrated but influential artist was in the LA scene?
Fear Cult. Hands down, Fear Cult.
Toot toot.
Who do you think the most underrated but I don't know about influential, but I would say, and I don't even know if underrated is the word for it, though. I would say there's cat butt. They don't want to see your butt no more, Puddles. was Element, man. Like Element is so
they did come to my mind. They were really good.
So fucking good. And I put them on the cover of the magazine, did whatever I did whatever I could to promote that band.
Yeah, they were good. I still have some of their songs on like mixtapes that I'll make.
I have all their shit as far as I know, but it's just like.
But also, like, isn't it interesting though? Because Element was obviously around like pre-internet, and now you name your band Element, and like, how the fuck is anybody gonna find you? And then I think there was some other band that came out afterwards that was Element that wasn't.
I think there was a band even before them that was probably called. It's like some names you just got to steer clear from.
Yeah.
Like Blue. I'm gonna name my band Blue. You know what I mean? Like, stop. You're never going to get anywhere with that name. But,
I thought that Joel Marsden's Deep End was also really fucking good. I love Joel. He and I were like in high school together, although he was in Granada Hills. And so we like kind of grew up together. And he was so avant-garde. I remember one time he played, I don't know if it was like Coven or Helter, and he released like 100,000 crickets into the fucking, it was so red and they were everywhere. He just like, he really got the like visual part of it.
He's talented as all fucking hell too, man. Like he can definitely sing. And my issue with that band is all my own ego. Like I had met him probably 100 times, and every time he's like, "Oh, nice to meet you." Like Dick, like I'm 6'3". They're like, I can understand. Like I don't recognize faces and shit either, but like, dude, like. To a certain point, like, stop acting like you've never fucking met me. I've been to parties at your house and shit. Like, just stop. So that's why I never put that band, maybe like a review or something, but I never put them in like New Grave. I'm like, you know what? Whatever. And their longevity isn't like there. Like, I've looked them on Spotify, and that's where I feel like Fear Cult's like kind of blessed is like, we still have like 12, 13,000, 15,000 monthly listeners on Spotify. And I would say the Deep End in their day was way more popular. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I mean, didn't they open for like Susie or something?
They were like friends with Susie. When the Creatures played at whatchamacallit at Coven that time, Joel's his name?
Joel, yeah.
Yeah, he was on stage with them.
Fatal.
Oh yeah, I'm like, why is this not ringing a bell?
Yeah. Sorry. I probably just doxed him.
Whoopsie. Are they still around?
I don't know. I haven't talked to him in 1,000 years. Last time I saw him, he slept over at that apartment building on Melrose, and I remember him like being in my bathtub or something. I don't know.
A lot of people came in and out of that apartment. What is it? You that told me Dave Vanian like stayed there one night?
Yeah, Dave Vanian used to live there, I think.
Oh, did he?
Yeah.
That's fucking cool shit.
Yeah, that is. That was probably before the naked guy smoking cigarettes in the fucking hallway. And the old lady who was like, I had to fish a turd out with my finger because it wouldn't come out.
That was the grocery like bag.
Yeah, that lady.
She was like, I felt so bad for her because she was like, she probably was like set up in Northridge or wherever.
I mean, don't even like, this is what I
like
talk about with my friends. Like, this is going to be us. We're going to be in some like shithole by ourselves. Like, fucking being like, I had to fish my turd out this morning, and people are gonna be like, oh.
Well, I got married. Autumn, can you
fish my turd out, sweetheart?
Can you get the fishing pole out or whatever? No, like my goal right now is I'm dumping all my money into my 401k. I'm like laser focused on retirement. Like I'm looking to make more money in retirement than I am working, and I'm doing all right. So,
yeah, I don't know what the plan is.
But you never know. All it takes is a fucking earthquake or a war or a fucking who knows what, and then you're fucking assed out.
Yeah, life's pretty fucking bleak. I'm pretty black-pilled.
You're living in the fucking Monte Cristo apartments, waiting for someone to help you carry your grocery bag up.
Yeah, I made that lady cry once. Do you remember when I was dating that guy who cheated on me on the internet with the one-eyed stripper?
What was his name?
Tim.
Okay, I remember him.
Okay. Well, he cheated on me on the internet with a one-eyed stripper, except it was me, and it's a whole long fucking story. But anyway, after I caught him,
like, let me catfish this dude.
No, I didn't. I didn't even
not,
catfish him. There was no picture. She was dumb as hell. She said her favorite band was Reverend Horton Heat and Are They Gothic? And like she was as dumb as fucking can be, and he was all about it.
So you're catfishing your boyfriend. That's not crazy.
No, this was like when this Matt, don't you fucking. This was back when if I was at your house and I wanted to email my mom, I would email her from mattriser@AOL.com because AOL is how you get on the internet.
It's the only way to get on the internet as far as I'm concerned.
Does it still make the noise? Tell me it still makes the noise. Does it tell you have mail?
It might have a setting where I could set it up for that.
You have
mail. You have mail.
Don't do it. But I was at his house and he was letting me use the computer for something. And like he got an email telling him like, thanks for joining Match.com. And I'm like, why is my boyfriend joining Match.com? And like he had done so many other shitty things like before. He had picked up the phone while we were going to lunch. And he was like, oh, hey, yeah, I'm at lunch. My grandma? Okay, bye. Did you just tell somebody you're at lunch with your grandma? No, what are you talking about? You just said 4 words, bro. At lunch, my grandma. Like, that was it. That was like the whole fucking conversation. So,
you know how to pick them, Molly.
I know. He was a total piece of shit. Anyway, after I caught him, he actually ran into Perversion. I was working the door at Perversion. And he ran in his pajamas to like apologize to me because he was going to meet the stripper at Perversion at my fucking work. You could go fuck this girl like anywhere on this earth, but you decide that you're going to meet her at Thursday night at 7070 Hollywood Boulevard, where I fucking worked for the last 4 years, you dumb shit. Anyway, after that, he started sending all these like presents over to the Melrose apartment, and he sent a huge bouquet of flowers. And so I brought it down to that lady and I was like, would you like these? Because like they had bad juju on them. I didn't want them. And I gave them to her and she was like crying. She was like, oh my God, that's so nice. And then that's when she told me about fishing out her turd. And I felt like I shouldn't have knocked on her door. I gotta
go. That's real sweet.
Well, they were like a hot potato to me. Like I didn't want anything to do with that shit.
Anyhow, Autumn and I, that old apartment is now a hotel. It's a legit hotel, sort of.
With like a concierge? Like, where would you even put a front desk in that lobby?
It's down. That lobby was huge. It's down there. I've stayed there a couple times as a guest.
Really? Did you ask for apartment 325 or whatever you were?
We tried. We were on the other side, we stayed there twice, but I don't even remember being there one time. And it was like your apartment, but like on the other end of the building. But same setup, you know what I mean? With the vaulted ceiling and shit. Mm-hmm. I don't remember the other room we stayed in. But
do you remember when my ex-boyfriend moved in down the hall?
Which ex? You had, I don't know. Sorry.
I'm not even telling you his name then.
I remember you had a boyfriend down the hall that was like a accidental Vogue model. That guy?
Yeah.
He's like, I'm just minding my own fucking business and I'm on the cover of Vogue. Yeah, that happens all the time.
Yeah, I met him, I think at Perversion. I was working the coat check and I told him my drag queen friends because he came in. He was looking all Clark Kent and I was like, that's my boyfriend. Go get him. And like they just dragged him over. And they were like, this is your girlfriend. I'm like, hi, I'm Molly. I'm your girlfriend. And he was like, okay.
Sounds
God, good. To be young and hot again.
Was it that guy? The Vogue model?
Yeah. Yeah, it was that guy.
He kind of was like, I never really got to know him. Like his personality was kind of like not there, right?
Yeah, he was quiet. He was kind of quiet. He was alcoholic. And one time we went to, I think it was Toys R Us. And we walked out and he just like had a backpack all of a sudden. I'm like, where did you get this backpack? He's like, I just stole it. Like, you stole it? You just fucking stole it?
That means you stole it too.
I know. We didn't get caught, thank God. But like I was like, yeah, I think this one's done. And then he like moved in. I was like, well,
he moved in after you guys broke up? Was he living in a boat or something for a while?
Yeah. I don't know if that was before or after. But then when I was at Retail Slut, My boyfriend, the cowboy, James Holland, started working at Retail Slut, and I was like, this is awkward. And he's like fucking every girl in the dressing room, and I'm like, could you just like maybe help customers? Would that be all right? Like, bro.
He was hoary. Is he still around?
Last I talked to him, I sold him the Nova. Did you know that? I drove it to his house, and then he told me he would like give me less for it. Like after I'd already driven it to like the Angeles forest or some shit.
What an asshole.
And then he was working Monster Garage at the time, and he put a roll cage and flamethrowers on it, but he didn't do a fucking oil change, so it threw a rod on the freeway, and he just left it there, and I went to a pick apart. Still pissed about it.
I remember you used to have to spray some shit in that car to get it to start. You're like turning the key, you're like under the hood, like gasoline and something or some shit.
Yeah, ether. It would start with a pair of scissors and a can of ether. Yeah. That was a good car still.
Hey, that car was so badass. Like, and you would drive that shit. You had like complete control over that bastard. That was a big fucking car, and we'd be going down them little roads. You're just like, I'm like, if you clip that fucking car, it's no sweat on my back.
After that car, I had a Honda Civic because some boyfriend made me buy it, and I hydroplaned off the freeway because I knew I was taking it. I was trying to drive it like a fucking Nova, and I whacked the curb. And I laughed at it, and I went to turn to like drive off and be like, "Oh shit, I fucking hit the car," and I broke the axle. And I was like, "What? I don't understand." Like I'm used to cars that are made out of fucking metal.
Yeah, that Nova was nothing but metal. That was like all the metal. That thing was like, wasn't it like a 74 too or some shit?
Yeah,
it was like you were born, you're driving this fucking tank.
I loved that car.
Yeah, that's funny you had it that long.
They're actually popular in Michigan. Like Novas aren't popular at all in California, but like they're here at like the car clubs.
What's the gas prices in Michigan?
I don't know. You just put your card in and you don't fucking look. Like how much is cheese in fucking Philadelphia? I don't look. I just pay for it.
$2 a bag. Shredded gas. $4.50.
It doesn't matter if you look at it. It's still gonna cost the same. So you just drive where you need to drive.
No, there's different different prices at different gas stations.
Do you think I have ever put anything other than 87 in my vehicle in my entire fucking life?
Different prices. I'm telling you, you can save money.
And you know how cheap I am. Okay, which brings me to my next question, because we were always like on board with the same amount of like cheapness.
We were broke as shit.
We were. But we also ate absolute fucking garbage. Do you still have a diet like a fucking raccoon?
Like, I'm taking up the whole bottom half of the screen. I weigh 100 pounds more than I did in those pictures. I could lose 100 pounds and I would still be heavier than I was.
Look like a human.
I'm 280, like something, dude. Like I'm up there. I was like 175 when I got married the first time, and Nori was like, "You're fat." You know what I'm saying? Like I was 155 in high school. So after the divorce, I lost the weight. I was like, I'm never going to gain it back, you know, and all this shit. Then I got remarried, and it's fucking just ballooned right back up.
Well, they call it happy weight. So
I do like fast food. I love fast food. In fact, I still do.
What do they have in Philadelphia? Like, what's your go-to?
It fucking sucks. So, like, you know, I'm on the road a lot, so I can get better fast food. Philly fucking sucks. All they eat here in Philly is pizza and cheesesteaks and fried chicken.
Arby's is really big in
I
Michigan.
love Arby's. I love Arby's, but we have to go to like the suburbs for it. Like, they don't have Arby's in Philly. Everything like Philly will destroy. They will murder anything. If it's a person, they'll kill it. If it's a restaurant, they'll kill it. If it's anything, they'll kill it.
It's true.
Like that robot came down from Kent that fucking killed it. Like they killed it. They will fucking murder anything that comes to this town.
I almost got murdered in Philly the last time I was there. I went to see Youth of Today at the Unitarian Church, and I met some girl from Colorado there, and she was not street smart at all. She was like trying to talk to these fucking gang members who were like, where are you from? And she was like, oh, well, I'm actually from, just fucking run. Like, what are you doing? Run.
I can imagine you like running off.
Fuck that. Where are you from means run. That's all it means. Like, so anyway.
I know Andrew Turner. Hey, bro. That Pizza Hut's gone, bro. They killed it.
Philly cheesesteaks aren't that good.
They can be. But, like, you want other options. Like, I'm telling you, like, every fucking place is cheesesteak or a hoagie. You want a hoagie? I got a fucking hoagie. You know what I mean? Like, no, I don't want a fucking hoagie.
Do you have Mexican food there?
Yeah, we got some great Mexican food.
Oh, really? Michigan?
No?
No. That's like saying Chef Boyardee is Italian food. It's not the same.
You got Olive Garden, though, right? Olive Garden's delicious.
I don't know if we have an Olive Garden. I'm in Lansing. Lansing is such a weird city. It's the capital, but there's fucking nothing here.
That's how, like, Pennsylvania is. Harrisburg's the capital, and Harrisburg's the shithole.
Yeah, I mean, it's like...
up there again?
How did I get here?
Yeah, like, why are you there?
Well, I loved my job with LAPD, but I just couldn't stay in LA anymore. It was just too much crime, taxes, despair. And I was making 6 figures and I loved my job, but I just couldn't stay in that fucking city. So I got family in Michigan.
Do you?
So I got a job very easily with Grand Rapids Police. I got over here. I worked for them for about an hour and a half. And I was like, I'm fucking good. How do you treat people? I got written up 17 times in one shift. It was the whole fucking thing. They didn't like me either.
Well, what about Lansing Police Department?
I was done. My best friend from Grand Rapids went to Lansing Police and he was like, yeah, come on over. The water's just fine. And I was like, I'm fucking good. And then I couldn't get a job for 18 months because they were like blackballing me. He was smart. He got a job before he told them I'm fucking out of here. Yeah. But I just was like, I gotta go. Like, you guys are fucking crazy. Like, how do you treat people like this? That's against the fucking Constitution. And so I was unemployed for 18 months. And then a job popped up at the fire department. And I was like, okay. I did not think that I was going to be 48 and going into the fire academy, let's just say. Nor did I think I'd be 51.
Like, I wouldn't be able to go through the academy.
Just grit. You just do it because you have to do it. Like, you don't think about it. It sucks. It hurts. It's hard. And you do it anyway. And that's life. So.
Yeah, you definitely don't want to be a cop in Philly.
Yeah, I don't think I met any cops when I was in Philly. I've been there a couple of times.
A crime scene.
Yeah.
Everywhere.
Yeah, I don't know. All these major cities are just going down, dude. And
you know what, though? Like, I don't really like fucking care. Like, I got bars on the way. Like, you definitely wears at you, but I don't like go out. You know, we'll go to like Jersey a lot, like, and go to like the nice suburby areas and go to the mall and go to Olive Garden and do like normal like fucking suburb shit, and then just go back to our like my house. I'm like, I only owe like $1,000 and my house is paid in full. You know what I mean? Like, I don't got fucking like bills and shit.
Dude, I put 5% down. I'm gonna be paying this fucking thing off as a mummified piece of shit.
Not me.
Red Bike says Harrisburg is an armpit. Yeah. Someone described it as a gay ghetto.
But I would live. I kind of can live sort of wherever, but like fast food is a big, like when I'm like looking at like cheap old houses or whatever.com, you know, the Instagram site. My latest thing is looking for like a church, like because I'm sort of at the point where I'm like sick of Philly and I'd like to have a church or a warehouse or something. So you got to go like in the armpits of the world for those. But I'm always like, what fast food's around there?
Dude, you remember when you had that opportunity to buy that church in downtown LA for $1?
Yeah. You know what though? There was like a house across the street from our apartments. I remember when that shit was for sale, it was like $150. And my dad was like, he was playing like his little games, like, well, how much is that house? And I'm like, I think it's like 150. He's like, okay, you know. I wasn't sure if he was like, let's buy it. Let's like, are you gonna help me? Like, I can't afford that.
Right.
You know what I mean? Like, are you gonna like front some money or some shit? Like, you know, I don't know if they were testing the water. I just don't know. And what a jackpot that would have been, like right there, like in Wilton and Hollywood and shit, and you got your own house and little. But I've looked it up. It's worth over $1 million now. The taxes are fucking retarded.
Mm-hmm.
And it's just like there's no way.
Yeah.
There's no way. I don't know, Natalie, I don't know how you're doing it. It doesn't make sense. I see like car registration people are paying like I'm on this like Facebook group, California Sucks. And, like what do you call it?
Over there.
It's people who love California that like just like us, it got like railroaded out of there. And it's like they'll post their like registrations like $700-800 to register your car.
That's crazy.
$50. It's $50.
Yeah. Michigan is not much better, and we don't have fault insurance. So if you are a fucking runaway piece of shit and hit my car, I have to pay for my car and you pay for your car. It's like so stupid.
Yeah,
I don't understand like why it's so backwards.
I don't get that stuff either. I don't know. But yeah. Crazy. So you like it enough to stay though? I guess.
Yeah, I mean, I have a job here. I don't know that I see myself being like 60 and a firefighter, but I mean, I'm here and I bought a house. I don't know. I don't really know. Like if there was a opportunity someplace or a job someplace or a second date someplace, like things could change. But like, I'm just going to keep on keeping on, I guess. I don't know. I do love this house.
Yeah.
It's not as old as yours or as beautiful as yours, but like it's totally me. It's very quirky and cool. And
mine wasn't when I bought it. You know, it didn't have beautiful wallpaper when I moved in. It didn't have carpet on the ceiling when I moved in here. It has that now, though. You got to do carpet on the ceiling, Molly.
I have the original shag rug in the basement, and I had it nuked before I moved in, just because God only knows what kind of swinger sauce is fucking brewing in that shit. Right. Yeah, I don't. I got a shag rug in here too, but
I was anti-carpet for a long time, but now I'm like kind of back on it.
Like the house is so creaky that like carpet does sort of dampen a lot of that noise.
I don't mind the creakiness. I don't know. Nostalgia or something, maybe. I just don't know. Wouldn't mind some carpet. I have rugs and stuff.
I have a lot of rugs. What do you think your like 20-something-year-old self would think about where you're at now?
I've posted something like that before. Like I would have never ever, if I fucking some dude came up to me like, I'm from the future. You were gonna live in Philadelphia. I've been like, where is that? I'm public educated, bro. I don't know what the fuck. And I remember even like when I came across Philadelphia, because I was like sub-teaching or whatever, teaching the youth of America. I was like, Philadelphia came up. Marie was living in Philly, so I had one person I knew I could reach out to and be like, what is the place like? But I literally I thought it was the Midwest. I had no idea. I looked on the map and I was like, oh shit, it's like, it's real close to New York City. That's probably got a great Gothic scene. You know, like I'm still like thinking stupid thoughts like that. The Gothic scene in like the East Coast, it just never fucking jived with me.
Yeah, it's weird. We have a couple goth clubs here, but they play like Lady Gaga. And then like they only play a few songs. And they always are trying to play some like the most obscure mix of something where like, well, I fucking love Skinny Puppy, but this is like the worst, stupid, like undanceable mix possible. Like, what are you trying to do? Like, don't you want people on the dance floor?
I don't get it either. Like I have dabbled earlier on. I haven't dabbled in the last decade. But like I remember we had friends and we went to New York City and it was like we went to the Bat Cave in New York City and it was like okay, but everybody was real fucking like stuck up, like real stuck up. And I was with like our chaperones or whatever. They were like, you know, they knew the scene. So like we should have had like a little better reception or something. Then I come to find out they did like Cleo had done some kind of record release party or whatever, and like people were going like crazy over it. I'm like, well, I was just fucking there like 2 weeks ago, and you guys like, you know, like gave me the stink eye. Like, I don't know what the fuck's up with you people. And like, so that was like kind of weird. And we went to like some death rock festival or something. And TJ was there. His band played with that. And it was like, okay, but it's just, it wasn't the same. And you just kind of like, it's better to leave that shit.
Yeah. Yeah. Even just seeing it online in these like big groups, like I can never get any like posts of substance posted, but like, if I just want to take a picture of my asshole in the bathroom mirror, like that instantaneously gets like posted. Not that I would, but it's just like, God, the scene is so much more about
image,
like, the vacuous shit. Yeah.
And it's like, you know, people
like,
joke like fear cult's all image or whatever, but like, yes, but no. You know what I'm saying? Like, yes, but no. It was like our lifestyle 100%. Music was 100%. Going to clubs, the culture, everything was like just so engrossed. And whereas now I feel like they just want that pretty like TikTok video real quick. They don't even really, like you're saying, Lady Gaga. They're not even like even really like the music doesn't matter. And I don't really fucking care. I just don't care. But it's just like, I'm glad I had what I had. If they're having fun, more power to them, whatever. I don't care, but I'm glad I had what I had and not this, you know. And it's cool. Like a lot of the fear cult sort of resurgence has been like younger kids, so I think there are like a lot of younger generation, whereas the millennial generation didn't give a fuck about fear cult. You know, no sales. New Grave didn't really sell or anything, but lately I've been like, that shit. I sell New Graves almost every week. I still sell a couple old CDs every fucking like month or so. You know,
where do people find you?
On eBay. I have that shit on. Yeah. Whereas before it was there, nobody was buying it, nobody gave a fuck. They just didn't care. But so there is a generation out there somewhere. I don't know what age group they are or whatever, but they're into shit again, I guess, or they care. I don't know. We'll see.
Were you guys big EBM haters when that stuff was first starting to come out? Remember, Maddie, we went to see A-Pop and VNV Nation.
So good. Yeah, we had fun at that shit.
Dude, like, I remember the dress I was wearing was fucking soaked. I was so fucking sweaty. Because VNV opened. We didn't know who they were. And then
like, I don't remember if we knew or not. I have no idea.
We didn't. And they opened for A-Pop. And A-Pop was fucking stupid. They had this giant light rig and 700 fucking band members. And it was like tigers jumping through fire and like just fucking stupid. And VNV was so fucking good. And do you remember, like, we were dancing so hard that I had a green wool dress on and I was just soaked with sweat by the time A-Pop came on. And then and this was at that Schrader place where Coven 13 was. Same venue.
Moguls,
yeah. And between A-Pop songs, the fucking crowd were going VNV. I was like, oh, that sucks.
I had so you and I went to VNV, and that was a great memory. It was so like uplifting. I swear they're a Christian band. I'm sorry, chat. They're Christian rock. Anyhow, they like came to Philly, I'm gonna say 15 years ago or something. And a friend, she had gotten me tickets, and I was like, I don't want to go. You know, I went with Molly. That was fun. That's my memory of VNV. And I gave the ticket to Autumn. And Autumn's like, they were so good. It's just something about them, and I think it's the Christian part.
They're just fucking good.
They're good. They're uplifting. They're spiritual, and they're like, they really are. They're
heavy. It's beautiful. He's so good.
It's just too doofy.
I know, dude. So Ronan was DJing at some club that I worked. Was it Peep Show or some fucking club? And I walked up to him and I was like, you know that like all the fat girls dance in their underwear to your music? Like they should have like tattoos on their ass of like Body by VNV Nation, like you have on a car, or it says like Body by Fisher.
I should be able to pay for some advertising.
So I called him the Gothic Richard Simmons, and then we became friends for like years after that. And I tried to write him because he's going to be in Detroit in May, but now he's having all these health problems and like all the shows are like on hold. And like, I can't take it. That's like, I don't know what's going to happen when like people we know are like having health problems.
Hold on, my heart.
Andrew Turner says, have you listened to any new goth bands like Twin Tribes or Traitors? If so, thoughts?
Stand Twin Tribes.
I saw Traitors open for VNV maybe a year ago or so. I didn't like them.
I don't like every like band I hear sounds like Twin Tribes in my opinion. And the kids like even people like our age, oh, they're so good. Like I'm listening to something else. Maybe like I don't know what the fuck you're listening to, but that shit sucks. You want to hear some good shit? Listen to Billy Idol. You know, like, I don't know what to fucking tell you. Like Twin Tribes sucks. You know what's surprisingly good that I hate to admit it because I feel like they ripped us off is AFI's like new songs are actually.
Oh, I don't know anything about.
Yeah, they like. It's not bad. It's not horrible. You know what I'm saying?
You look really reluctant to say that.
Well, because you know they were at one of our shows. They were either at the Whiskey Show or at the maybe the last Fear Cult show at the Key Club or whatever. And they were there, and then they shortly released a record. It sounded suspiciously familiar to Fear Cult. You know what I'm saying? A very electric goth, and I'm like, I don't know the dudes, you know? That's all I noticed. There was suddenly, and they didn't sound like that before.
Well, I guess we all influence each other.
I don't fucking care. But their new shit, I ain't gonna lie, is not horrible. Real dark and it's like spooky. I don't know. It's real weird. But yeah, no, I think some of these, see, even Andrew was like the new AFI. It is dope. Twin Tribes can't do it. Traitors, I don't know anything about them. There was this band called Former Ghosts that were okay, but even that shit's like 10, 12, 15 years old now. You know, Cinema Strange Stories.
We saw him at we put him in Newgrave, and we saw him at Release the Bats, I think.
I've talked to Daniel in recent years. They were good. I've probably seen, like, I'm not a huge Cinema Strange fan, but they're definitely a hardworking band. They were a good band. They absolutely had a following, and I remember they did this one show similar to like shit that Fate Fatal would do, where, you know, he's like the singer, I think it was the singer of Cinema Strange, he was wrapped up like a cocoon or like a mummy or some shit, just like lying like a pile of like rags or some shit lying on the floor, and these other opening bands are coming and going and doing their thing, and then Cinema Strange come out doing their shit. Then all of a sudden,
like a saw,
climbs out of this pile of laundry or shit that had been there for like 2 hours. You know what I mean? Like, it was weird. It was like at this real little theater, this like showcase theater. Shane was there, Jitan Damone was there, like, and it was a hole in the wall theater. It was a great like little show they did, you know. And I don't know what happened to that place. It wasn't the showcase. It was like the Raven Theater or something weird. It was in the Valley. But no, we did shows. I've done shows with Cinema Strange. They were cool people. I've always thought like I might, if I try to do music again, I might try to get like Daniel to play bass or something. I think he's doing Burning Man and shit like that. He's all into that kind of like scene, yeah.
Oh, wow, I can't see that. Dude, yeah. Matt, I'm so glad that we reconnected. You were a big hole in my heart.
You disappeared. Listen, I might have fucking lost my mind, hung up on you or whatever. You definitely are to blame, but
you're definitely a dick. But you know, like, I can be the bigger person, and I can love you anyway.
I found Jesus, so I can definitely forgive you. And no, I'm glad. I'm super glad because something was definitely missing with Yochu.
Yeah.
We were tight and inseparable for what seemed like more than the time it was, because I don't know why, but
yeah, I'm surprised you only lived in LA for 6 years.
Just so much time moved different. Time moves different when you're young.
Dude, and when you're like dancing fucking 6 nights a week because they aren't open on Tuesday.
Yeah, what the fuck? We used to be like, we should open a club on Tuesday. We'll kill it.
Yeah, because there's nothing. There was
I would
nothing.
be so bored in the apartment. You're like, there's nothing to do.
Control Factory on Monday. Helter was Wednesday. Thursday was Perversion. Friday was Stigmata. Saturday was Cinematic. And Sunday was Velvet.
Or Coven.
Mm-hmm.
Coven was always like Coven and Release the Bats were like my two like go-to clubs. I never like Helter was cool, but it wasn't my generation really. I wasn't living in LA when it was like it's like prime.
Yeah. What do you think about Bar Sinister?
I don't think
that kind of like came later.
It sucked. It opened up, Boo. This girl Beth Death, I think was her name. I think she passed away too.
She did.
She bit Boo's ass the opening night of Bar Sinister and broke her fucking tooth. And it's like in the street. She's like looking for it and shit. It was all during when Bauhaus did their reunion. And like, remember when Bauhaus came? I don't know if you and I were friends yet then, because I know Deborah paid for my Bauhaus ticket. We saw them like 3 nights in a row. They played the play 3 nights, and it was insanity. And people from all over the world came to LA because they're like, we're only playing this one show. So people like flying from fucking everywhere. Of course, they end up like touring and shit. Suckers. And they like that one show turned to 3 shows. It turned to a national tour times 20. You know what I mean? Like they're probably still touring. But like it was such a eventful like weekend. Like it was craziness. And like Bar Sinister had opened, and I remember going with Boo, and for some dumb reason, like Beth bit his ass.
These things happen.
Yeah, I kissed her in front of Deborah just to make Deborah feel weird.
Really?
Yeah, I just like thought it'd be funny to like make out with Beth right while Deborah's sitting right there.
When I went on that date with Shane.
Oh, shit. Mono. I'm like, oh god.
Oh my god, Beth. When I went on the date with Shane, that Jeremy came on, that I paid for everybody, then Jeremy borrowed money to be able to call Beth Death on the payphone. Yeah, they were at the time, and so he was like, "Oh, I gotta call Beth Death," and I remember like thinking that was like kind of weird. Like, wouldn't it just be Beth? Like, if that's your girlfriend, like not that's like
Beth. It's all one word.
But yeah, and then I guess that's where Shane dropped him off, was with Beth or something. Yeah. But yeah, I don't really know anything. It's just like it's crazy that they're like, because I still think of myself as that same like 25-year-old shithead who's like, what am I wearing to the club tonight? So to like think of us like dying of things is like really just.
I don't think of myself as that, honestly. And I like that little snippet I like posted on Instagram. The only reason like I did that like a little bit because the show we were going to do, I'm like, let me just sneak like some subliminal shit for tomorrow or whatever, put it out there. And but like when I was looking at videos, like just that little bit had like such like a dreamlike quality where it's just like it's a blur and like you were there and we're there and like outfits and lights and people and like you just remember just like little just snippets of life. But we were there like you're saying, we're dancing every fucking night of the week like idiots, and fast food every night of the week. We were everywhere, running errands to the grocery store, the hardware store, like everything. But you don't really
remember when we got pissed on at Food for Less?
I never got pissed on.
We were standing at the Band-Aids and like some fucking person like came over and like squatted and pissed. And I was like, Matt, I'm never fucking coming back here because you liked their fucking stupid fruit bullshit, their fake fruit cocktail stuff, and you'd buy it by the gallon. And
that place was so affordable though.
In the Band-Aid aisle. And I was like, we're fucking out of here.
I saw the people from Radio Werewolf at that place like on the reg, dude. They were like dope. Like seeing
God,
LeVay's daughter and shit, like shopping at Food for Less.
that place was a shithole.
Hey man, it was like you couldn't beat the prices. I used to get like banquet meals like $4 for $1 or something.
I know, and you drank that like jug of like fruit piss.
I don't even remember the jug of fruit piss.
Yeah, it was like the purple liquid. It was not like high C, but it was like the fruit punch in the fucking gallon.
Purple stuff.
Whatever it was.
Yeah, it was probably delicious.
Garbage.
That was probably delicious. Yeah, I don't know. We never had kitchens, so we had to eat out all the time.
Dude, we didn't. We like efficiency doesn't even begin to explain. We rented walk-in closets with a toilet.
When Noriega and I were like married, we actually took the closet and put the bed in the closet. So we had like a separate room, kind of like in the other room, living room, and then we're like a closet. So we had like clothes and stuff hanging above us.
I'm not going to out you for the status of that bunk bed, but I'm just here to tell you that you're not supposed to vacuum your sheets.
Listen. Filth is natural.
Okay, dude. Well, we've been at almost like 2.5 hours. How does everybody find you? Although I'm sure everybody here already knows how to find you.
Instagram. I'm the easiest person to find on the world, honestly. So I blame you not for being in touch with me. Matt Reiser, Instagram. I'm so easy to find.
You are so easy
to find.
Let's put a picture of us up again. The good old days. That was fun times.
Yep.
Fun times, you fucking asshole.
Well, this was fun, Molly.
Yep. Thanks, bro. You fucking rock. So let's find something else to do after this. All right, dude. We'll talk to you. Thanks, everybody. Next week, I have a tarot card reader coming on. I'm so excited. She's going to be reading my house because all the weird shit that's been going on here. I don't really know that I believe in that stuff. So I'm totally open to whatever she tells me is going on. There will be no cat's assholes in next week's broadcast.
You don't know
that. See you guys next week. Love you, Maddie.
Thanks, guys. See ya.
All right. Bye.